WHIR and online at hometownlive.net.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. Pioneer Days is back today. The festival kicks off tonight at 5 o'clock with a Disney Princess Show and Meet and Greet. The Baby Show will happen at 7, and then at 8 o'clock, the second half of the Disney Show will feature Disney villains. Other events today include inflatables, yard games, picnic areas, and a giant mural. It begins tonight at the Old Fort Herod State Park. A man was arrested in Washington County after a traffic stop revealed drugs. It happened Monday around 11:30 in the evening when Washington County deputies pulled a vehicle over at the Five Star gas station in Springfield. Canine Viper alerted the deputy of potential drugs in the vehicle, and after a search, 2 baggies were found containing heroin and methamphetamine, as well as a glass pipe and a handgun. 33-year-old Jordan Young was hit with 4 different charges and was lodged in jail. And flags are at half-staff at office buildings today through sunset in honor of a Korean War soldier whose remains were only recently identified. U.S. Army Private First Class Roger Fields, a native of Perry County, was killed in action on December the 1st of 1950 in North Korea. Fields will be interred at the Kentucky Veterans Cemetery in Clay County today. All individuals, businesses, and organizations are encouraged to join in the flag-lowering tribute. And slow down in work zones. And if not, you could be issued a steep fine. Kentucky is implementing a new law that allows for cameras to be set up in work zones. And if you're caught speeding through them, you could get a hefty ticket. Earlier this year, a law was passed that authorized the use of automated speed detection equipment in work zones. When you pass through those areas, you may not see a law enforcement officer, but the technology works so that the speed can be relayed to law enforcement nearby. Drivers that are then pulled over by police because of that can face a $500 fine. The Transportation Cabinet says they will begin installing those specialized speed cameras this summer and fall in select work zones, and then will build the program over the next few years. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
Be prepared for what Mother Nature brings. Keep up to date with weather forecasts here every hour on WHIR.
Sutton Pharmacy, friendly service from people you know. Generations of serving our community, immunizations, prescriptions, and so much more. Helpful people, free local delivery, mobile app refills right to your door. Visit SuttonRx.com. Sutton Pharmacy, friendly service from people you know.
In Lancaster on Maple Avenue.
You gotta go with Graceland. Graceland Air.
Graceland Air, a local HVAC company, offers a wide range of services and provides each customer with an effective and long-term solution in both heating and air conditioning repair. They're committed to excellence in every aspect, exceptional quality of service, high standard of integrity. You are the basis of their business, and they service all brands. Go online to graceland-ky.com for more information.
You gotta go with Graceland. Graceland Air.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
Okay, Riley Jofus, it's coming your way courtesy of the Big Deals online store, hometownlive.net. Shop and save on gift certificates to local businesses and big-time discounts up to 50% every single day. Big Deals online store, hometownlive.net. All right, you get sunshine on this Thursday. A high today of 92, another hot one for us. Low tonight of 68. Tomorrow, you get sunshine, 91. Saturday, sunny and hot, 94. Sunday, sunny and hot, and 95. Right now, 6:11 in the morning. Thursday, the 14th day of August. Joe Showtime. Let's rock and roll.
Say, look at JoJo.
Good morning to you, Danville and Boyle County. It's time for the Joe Show on 103.9 FM, WHIR Danville. right, folks, Thursday, the 14th day of the month of August, and today on the Joe Show, we celebrate a couple of holidays, and starting off with it being National Creamsicle Day today. What's better than ice cream on a hot summer day? How about a creamsicle on a hot summer day? Traditionally, the creamsicle flavor combination is orange and vanilla, but nowadays you can find it frozen in blue raspberry, lime, grape, cherry, and even blueberry flavors. It's not hard to find creamsicles, but they're also pretty easy to make at home. First, mix together fruit juice and vanilla ice cream in a large bowl. Then gradually add milk and continue to mix. Finally, pour the mixture into small paper cups, place them in the freezer, stick in some popsicle sticks once the cups are partially frozen, and then voila, you have yourself a creamsicle. Today, National Creamsicle Day on this Thursday, August the 14th edition of The Joe Show. Phone number to call in this morning is 859-238-9447. That's 238-WHIR to get birthdays and anniversaries on the show here on National Creamsicle Day. We start you off this morning, as we always do, playing the national anthem. It's brought to you by Bob Allen Motor Mall and the Hometown Radio Network, and here it is.
The Bob Allen Motor Mall and Hometown Radio Network proudly honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Okay, Bob Allen Motor Mall, Hometown Radio Network, teaming up every morning to honor America with the playing of our national anthem. Our phone number this morning to call in is 859-238-WHIR, 238-9447. And so happy you're on the show this morning. Get your cup of coffee ready, and let's get this morning started off in what is a much less exciting day today, the second day of school. Right? First day of school, everyone's amped up, they're ready to go. Second day of school, reality begins to kick in. Birthdays on this 14th day of August. Here we go. Birthdays look like this today. Patrick McClure from McClure and Bailey having a birthday. Happy birthday, Patrick. Gordon Crawford was a great football player for Danville, having a birthday today. Philip Carpenter celebrates a birthday today. He's the head softball coach over at DCA. Mary Stiff Hanlon from Stiff Funeral Home having a birthday. And Jared Perkins as well. And also a happy birthday, Spencer Perrin, who's having a birthday today. 859-238-WHIR. We've got 6 names on this morning's August the 14th birthday list. It's a Thursday. It is the 14th day of August. That's 081425 on your calendar. And we're so glad you're on the show this morning. 859-238-WHIR is your number to call in this morning. And it's a typical Thursday morning show we have lined up for you. First guest comes on here this morning at 7:40. That's the County Agent's Corner, brought to you by Bluegrass South Livestock Market. And we will have this morning, I believe it's Caitlin who's calling in this morning. Tyler called in Monday and on Tuesday of this week. Alethea called in yesterday, and I believe today's Caitlin's day. We'll get Caitlin Farley on here this morning at 7:40. 7:50, Mimi Becker, Danville Boyle County Arts Commission's on the show. We'll see what's going on with Mimi this morning in the Arts Commission. That'll be at 7:50. 8 o'clock in the morning this morning, 8:20, Randyisms. The thoughts of Randy Graham and Randy Graham's thoughts on here this morning. At 8:20, James the Gardener, Gardening with James, 8:40 this morning. 9 o'clock in the morning hour here on the show, 9:10. We are got a clean slate at 9:10. No guests scheduled on at 9:10, which has been odd this month so far for the month of August. Usually our 9 o'clock in the morning hours here in the show are booked, and I love that. But we don't have anybody today at 9:10. So we'll see what's breaking and trending at 9:10, go over some other things. 9:35, though, it's a Morning Point Thursday, as Kristen will join the show this morning at 9:35. Hey, that's the rundown of today's show, and I would love to have you on. Our phone number to call in this morning, 859-238-9447, 238 WHIR. I got my cup of coffee in my left hand, computer mouse in my right hand, and I'm ready to rock and roll on this Thursday morning, if I can get my throat clear here. We'll get sports coming your way next and take a look at local birthdays and celebrity birthdays, too. The Reds beat the Phillies, and a Cubs catcher injured. Those are the headlines on this Thursday morning. I'm Joe Mathis, guiding you through these Thursday morning sports. Starting off in Major League Baseball, where Miguel Andujar hit a grand slam, and Hunter Green pitched 6 sharp innings to help the Reds beat the Phillies 8-0 last night. Noelvi Marte had 2 hits and 2 RBI for the Reds in the rubber game of the 3-game series. Ellie De La Cruz had 2 hits and scored twice. Green allowed 3 hits, struck out 6, and walked none in his first big league start since June the 3rd. The ace right-hander had been sidelined by a groin injury. Philadelphia won 4 in a row before dropping its last 2 in Cincinnati. The NL East leaders finished with just 3 hits. Phillies left-hander Christopher Sanchez was charged with 4 runs, 3 earned, and 7 hits in 6 innings. Marte doubled home Austin Hayes in the 4th, and the Reds added 3 more runs in the 6th. Hayes doubled in De La Cruz, and Marte added an RBI single before coming home on throwing errors by left fielder Brandon Marsh and Sanchez. The start of the game was delayed about an hour due to inclement weather in the Cincinnati area. Staying in baseball, Miguel Amaya's first game since May the 24th ended in heartbreak, with the Cubs catcher getting carted off the field after suffering an apparent leg injury while beating the throw to first base. The incident occurred Wednesday night, August 13th, in the top of the 8th inning of the Cubs' 4-1 win over the Blue Jays. Amaya hustled down the line after hitting a slow grounder to short, but his leg bent awkwardly when he planted on first base, and he went sprawling. His distress was immediate, and Amaya was taken from the field in a cart, holding the hand over his face. He had been on a 60-day IL due to an oblique injury before being reinstated yesterday. A Bengals player went after Joe Burrow, and now other Bengals players are telling him to be smart. Shamar Stewart still finding his way with the Bengals after a prolonged holdout that wasn't resolved until just, a few weeks ago. And yesterday, teammates delivered a pointed message to the first-round defensive end on the need to properly harness his intensity in practice. Stewart ignited a scuffle during practice when he bumped into quarterback Joe Burrow during a play. Right guard Lucas Patrick confronted the defender, with teammates quickly arriving to separate the two. Center Ted Karras, a 10-year veteran who's been a captain for all 3 of his years with the Bengals, said the offensive line was ultimately responsible for Burrow's well-being. Noted, quote, "We got to be better up front," but he also called for better judgment from the number 17 overall pick out of Texas A&M. Asked if he appreciated the edge Stewart brought to the defensive line, Karras said Wednesday, "Yeah, just be smarter. Come on, man, that's all our hopes and dreams right there." And in the NBA, the new owner of the Portland Trail Blazers is already familiar with the colors black and red. Tom Dundon, the owner of NHL's Carolina Hurricanes, reached an agreement Wednesday to purchase the Trail Blazers, listing the franchise at $3.65 billion was most recently listed. Estimates here show he bought it for about $4.1 billion. Those are the headlines in this Thursday morning. I'm Joe Mathis for the Hometown Radio Network.
Did you know that WHIR AM 1230 is the talk of the town? We're not spreading gossip. We're just letting you know where the best talk radio is found all day, every day. Mornings begin with Danville's own Joe Mathis and The Joe Show.
Hey, this is Joe Mathis.
Wake up to what you missed. News, weather, sports, and local guests. Followed by Kentucky Sports Radio with Matt Jones.
Welcome, everyone. Kentucky Sports Radio. I'm Matt Jones.
Then, the man who has an opinion about everything, Tomas Mauricio.
I'm Tomas Mauricio. I invite you to tune in.
Starting at noon with Advocates for America. Then at 3, it's the best-known name in news, Sean Hannity.
Join me, Sean Hannity, on WHIR.
Then, Joe Pag starts off weekday evenings at 6 with his take on the day's news, mixed with his fun parody songs about the news.
Hey, it's Joe Pag on WHIR.
Afterwards, at 10, it's the unique world of John B. Wells on WHIR with his Caravan to Midnight show.
This is John B. Wells, WHIR, AM 1230 and FM 103.9.
These guys have a lot to say, and they'll be glad to have you join them every weekday on your home for news, talk, sports. AM 1230, WHIR, the talk of the town.
Roll out those lazy, hazy, crazy days of summer. Big Deal Store is rolling out the summer savings for you. You can purchase a $50 gift certificate from B&O Jewelers for just $29, or get this, 4 $50 gift certificates, a $200 value for just $100. That means you only pay half price. Stay in style with a visit to Anderson's Lifestyle Boutique in Danville. Get a $50 gift certificate for only $35. $10 gift certificates to the Bread of Life in Liberty are just $7. Give that sweet tooth what it wants at Sweets by Cindy in Junction City. $10 gift certificates are half price is $5. Applebee's Grill and Bar in Danville. Get a $10 gift certificate for just $7.50. $22 Pioneer Playhouse gift certificates are back. You get an entertaining $5 savings at just $17. Come clean with a visit to Thoroughbred Auto Wash in Danville. $20 car washes are just half price at $10. Check out these and many more great savings at our Big Deals online store at hometownlive.net. hometownlive.net.
If you're feeling hopeless, alone, and broken, maybe empty inside, Chloe's Petals for Hope.
Hi, this is Susan Rogers with Chloe's Petals for Hope. At the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, they understand that life's challenges can sometimes be difficult. Whether you're facing mental health struggles, emotional distress, alcohol or drug use concerns, or just need someone to talk to, caring counselors are here for you. You are not alone. Call or text 988 or chat 988lifeline.org. It's free and confidential.
This Joe Show Weather Report is brought to you by...
Okay, Rayleigh Jofus. It's brought to you by Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance, your local independent insurance agency. They proudly represent the Auto Owners Insurance Company. Call Mark or Chris and they'll give you a free quote. They'd love to. 859-236-6686. Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance. Sunshine, high today 89, low tonight 68. Tomorrow sunny and 91. Saturday sunny and hot 94. Sunday sunny and hot 95. It's 6:25 in the morning, 70 degrees on this Thursday, the 14th day of the month of August. Hey, we're happy to have you on the show this morning. 859-238-9447, 238-WHIR, as we take a look at some celebrities having birthdays on this 14th day of the month of August. Here we go. Starting off with actor, comedian, and musician, one of the funny guys, Steve Martin, having a birthday today. He's 80 years old. Been in the movies Cheaper by the Dozen, Pink Panther, and Father of the Bride, as well as Only Murders in the Building. Steve Martin, 80 years old today.
You know, I've played this scene 100 times on my show. Especially season 9 when the budget got cut and we could only afford to shoot in interrogation rooms, so I know your tricks. Hi, Charles Hayden Savage.
It's a decade mirror, Charles.
Steve Martin, 80 years old today. Mila Kunis is 42 from That 70s Show and Bad Moms. Life imitated art back in April of 2012 when she began dating her former co-star, Ashton Kutcher. The couple's been married since 2015. Mila Kunis is 42 years old today. Other celebrity birthdays on this August 14th include basketball legend Magic Johnson, who turned 66, Irvin Magic Johnson, and NFL quarterback, then turned Major League Baseball player, then turned quarterback, turned ESPN analyst Tim Tebow, 38 years old today. Maybe the greatest college football player ever. Tim Tebow, a legend, 38 years old. And that's what's going on in the celebrity world with birthdays on this August the 14th.
This day in country music.
All right then, Mr. Voice. It was on this day, country music history. Looking back at the year 1941, Elkhart, Indiana's the place. Connie Smith is the person. She began her career in 1963 after winning a local talent contest near Columbus, Ohio. It was on this day, 1966, David Houston went number 1 on the country charts with his song Almost Persuaded. And it was on this day, country music history in... I'm sorry, I didn't do David Houston. David Houston's thing happened on this date, 1966, but I didn't pick that one out. On this date, 1976, Waylon Jennings went number 1 on the country charts with Are You Ready for the Country? And it was on this date, 1984, Don Williams went number 1 on the country charts with his song That's the Thing About Love. And that's what's gone on this date. August the 14th in country music history. I have my computer just started locking up out of nowhere. Then it started playing Connie Smith. Let's see if we can get this sucker to work. On this date in country music history, I don't know if I'm going to be able to. On this date, 1941, Connie Smith went number 1 with Once a Day. Or not, she didn't go number 1. I can't even read the computer screen because it's locked up. On this date, 1941, Connie Smith was born in Elkhart, Indiana, but it doesn't matter because my computer has bit the dust. Let's see what's going on in the NBC Tech Report.
Today we're going to talk about Apple Watch. AirPods, and iPhone.
Along with iPhone 17, Apple is set to release the 17 Pro and 17 Pro Max. Announcements are also expected on updates for the Apple Watch and AirPods. The iPhone 17 is expected to be priced at around $800. The Pro model could cost around $1,050, and the Pro Max is expected to have a price tag of $1,250.
And Grok is touting high ratings on the App Store and taking aim at other tech giants after returning from a brief suspension on X. When asked why its account was removed, the AI chatbot wrote that the reason remains unclear. However, in now deleted posts, Grok claimed the suspension was due to comments on Israel and Gaza that violated X's hateful conduct rules. Elon Musk, however, said that Grok doesn't actually know why it was suspended. Tech Report, I'm Mark Mayfield.
Hey there, Mark Mayfield. I can get one of these songs to work. So let's go to this date in country music history, 1984, where Don Williams went number 1 with this one. That's the Thing About Love.
With just one kiss, you're a king on a throne.
Song written by Richard Lay and Gary Nicholson.
It can make you so.
It gave Don Williams his 16th number 1 country hit. It was released as the first single from his album Cafe Carolina. That's the Thing About Love. Don Williams on this date, 1984.
What they've got till it's gone. The very one you think will never hurt.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Louisville Metro Police continue to search for the gunman who shot and killed a woman while she walked a child to a bus stop.
We do have a description of a young black male dressed in a red hoodie and black sweatpants.
That's LMPD Chief Paul Humphrey releasing surveillance photos of a new suspect. They're posted on social media. The shooting happened around 8 o'clock Wednesday morning near 10th and West Chestnut Streets in the Russell neighborhood. Police initially took a 15-year-old boy into custody, but later released him after determining he was not the shooter. Meantime, police arrested a second teenager in last week's gunfire that happened in the same area. The 15-year-old suspect is facing dozens of charges of wanton endangerment and possession of a gun by a minor. Police are not sure at this time if the fatal shooting is related to last week's gunfire. New details released following the death of a young boy in Breathitt County. On Tuesday, 33-year-old Felicia Gross allegedly confessed to giving her son, 10-year-old Jaden Spicer, sleeping medication. She then told investigators that she buried her son's body in the wooded area near Canoe Road after believing the boy died from a medical emergency. She also allegedly admitted to coaching her 2 other sons before they were interviewed by police after Jaden was reported missing. Gross is in custody on multiple charges, which include manslaughter, corpse abusing, and falsely reporting an incident. Nearly 75 years after a Perry County soldier was killed in the Korean War, his remains are being laid to rest. Back in 1950, 20-year-old Roger Fields was killed in a battle in North Korea. In May this year, Fields' remains were positively identified. This week, Fields' remains were brought back to Kentucky and will be laid to rest on Thursday during a service with full military honors. Governor Andy Beshear has ordered the flags at all state buildings be lowered to half staff on Thursday in his memory. I'm Lee Mowen.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Danville's deal maker, Bob Allen.
New Rams cost less at Bob Allen Motor Mall. Make this the summer event and save on a new Ram 2500 diesel. Now lease priced at only $549 per month for 51 months. $68.29 plus first payment, taxes, and fees due at signing. 7,500 lease miles per year. Must have trade. Stock number C25217. Bob Allen Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram on Maple Avenue in Danville, or shop online anytime at boballenmotormall.com.
Serving Boyle County seniors a gathering place.
Our Meals on Wheels program is designed for seniors 60 and up in Boyle County who struggle with food insecurity. If you think you may be eligible, call us at 859-236-2070, thegatheringplace.org, or follow us on Instagram and Facebook for more info.
Serving Boyle County seniors a gathering place.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. Pioneer Days is back today. The festival kicks off tonight at 5 o'clock with the Disney Princess Show and Meet and Greet. The Baby Show will happen at 7, and then at 8 o'clock, the second half of the Disney Show will feature Disney villains. Other events today include inflatables, yard games, picnic areas, and a giant mural. It begins tonight at the Old Fort Herod State Park. A man was arrested in Washington County after a traffic stop revealed drugs. It happened Monday around 11:30 in the evening when Washington County deputies pulled a vehicle over at the Five Star gas station in Springfield. Canine Viper alerted the deputy of potential drugs in the vehicle, and after a search, 2 baggies were found containing heroin and methamphetamine, as well as a glass pipe and a handgun. 33-year-old Jordan Young was hit with 4 different charges and was lodged in jail. And flags are at half-staff at office buildings today through sunset in honor of a Korean War soldier whose remains were only recently identified. U.S. Army Private First Class Roger Fields, a native of Perry County, was killed in action on December the 1st of 1950 in North Korea. Fields will be interred at the Kentucky Veterans Cemetery in Clay County today. All individuals, businesses, and organizations are encouraged to join in the flag-lowering tribute. And slow down in work zones, and if not, you could be issued a steep fine. Kentucky is implementing a new law that allows for cameras to be set up in work zones, and if you're caught speeding through them, you could get a hefty ticket. Earlier this year, a law was passed that authorized the use of automated speed detection equipment in work zones. When you pass through those areas, you may not see a law enforcement officer, but the technology works so that the speed can be relayed to law enforcement nearby. Drivers that are then pulled over by police because of that can face a $500 fine. The Transportation Cabinet says they will begin installing those specialized speed cameras this summer and fall in select work zones, and then will build the program over the next few years. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
Do you want to grow your business, but you don't have a big budget? Don here, your small business marketing specialist. In a recent study, they found that radio delivered $12 in sales for every $1 spent on advertising. And radio advertising is incredibly effective at driving in-store traffic and influencing purchasing behavior. The research shows that radio increased in-store traffic by an average of 22%. In several categories, radio had increased traffic by over 30%. Also, radio boasts a higher average conversion rate than television, newspaper, and online media alike. And radio allows advertisers an inexpensive way to run multiple ads, enabling better results. So, if you want to get new customers and grow your business, radio is the #1 reach medium. So, how do you get started? It's easy. Call us today.
Promote your business to thousands of potential customers every week. To learn more, go online to advertisecentralkentucky.com. That's advertisecentralkentucky.com.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. We're dedicated to serving people 50 and up like me. Our needs are different,
Big Wireless wants us in an unlimited plan, but if you're not using all that data, you're probably getting used. At Consumer Cellular, we're focused on affordable, reliable plans, including data that suits your needs, not ours. Our plans start at just $20, and you'll get the best customer service in the business.
Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com/facts. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional facts.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, U.S. Tax Shield can help you take back control. The IRS can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Our team of tax attorneys can stop collections and get you protected. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the BBB, so call 800-466-9625. U.S. Tax Shield, 800-466-9625.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
Alrighty there. Really Joe brought to you by Danville Auto Body Shop. Top of the line collision and auto body repair. Head to the mechanics over at Dabs Danville Auto Body Shop, 315 Dillahay. Get a free estimate, and they work at their insurance company fixing water leaks, window motor repairs, hail damage, and paintless dent repair. Danville Auto Body Shop. All right, sunshine. A high today of 89. A low tonight, 70. Tomorrow, sunshine and 91. On Saturday, 94. Sunday, 95. Right now, it's 6:38 in the morning. It is the first day of Pioneer Days, which kicks off tonight with the Disney Princess and Disney Villains Night at 5 o'clock there at the old Fort Herod State Park. Should be a lot of fun tonight as it kicks off. That is totally free to go to. So bring your kids out, particularly those little girls who love watching Disney movies. Rayleigh is one of those, loves dressing up as Anna and Elsa from Frozen, whatever the Disney princess is, and dressing up that way and watching those movies. So Disney Princess and Disney Villains Night tonight at the old Fort Herod State Park, kicking off Pioneer Days. 859-238-WHIR, 238-9447. We'd love to have you right here on the radio on The Joe Show as we take a look at Larry Vaught and Vaught's Views today. What's up, Larry?
Vaught's Views on University of Kentucky Sports is on the air. Featuring 7-time Kentucky Sports Writer of the Year, Larry Vaught.
It was huge when Anthony Epps came out of Marion County High School and won a national championship in Kentucky playing for Coach Rick Pitino. So his daughter, Michaela Epps, certainly had an athletic bloodline, but I'm not sure anyone could have ever really expected another player to come out of Marion County and have the basketball success she had that has now led to her being selected for induction to the University of Kentucky Athletics Hall of Fame. Remember, Anthony Epps held his daughter in his arms at midcourt during his senior night at Rupp Arena. Michaela Epps established her own legacy, though, at Marion County and led her team to a state championship before she also decided to play her college basketball at Kentucky, knowing that there would be extra pressure on her because of her father's success. But during her 4 years at Kentucky, she scored 1,790 points, the 6th best total in UK history.
Vaught's Views will return in a moment.
The boss wants me to tell you about everything at the Kentucky State Fair in this commercial. So, here goes. Dairy cows, dancers, duck slide, elephant ears, escape artists, cooking demos, fancy horses, street tacos, street jugglers, kiddie coasters, talent shows, stunt riders, stilt walkers, livestock, live music, carousels, caricature, food court, fun exhibits, funnel cakes, Freddy Farm Bureau, thrilling rides, games galore, ag land, Astro Wheel, rock and roll, serious shopping, groomed goats. And that's not the half of it. The Kentucky State Fair is August 14th through 24th. Buy your tickets online and get free parking. Go to kystatefair.org.
Michaela Epps was a 3-time first-team All-Southeastern Conference pick and a first-team All-America in her junior season. She is 6th in UK history in career games played with 133, 6th in field goals made with 688, and 8th in free throws made with 353. Kentucky won 97 games and lost only 38 and made the NCAA tournament every year. I'm proud that I will get to see her go to the UK Hall of Fame.
Find more from Larry at yoursportsedge.com.
Larry Vaught, Vaught's Views, Mondays through Fridays right here on The Joe Show at this time here at 6:40 in the morning on this Thursday, the 14th day of the month of August. And let's see what's going on here. Kiss and Sylvester Stallone. So the rock group Kiss and actor Sylvester Stallone. If you had that on your Joe Show bingo card, then I would mention both of those people. Mark those boxes off your bingo card. You're couple steps closer. Anyway, they are among some of the people that President Donald Trump has announced will be Kennedy Center honorees this year. Check out the press conference with Sylvester Stallone. Finding out he'll be a Kennedy Center honoree.
Hi, folks. Welcome to the Kennedy Center Honors. I'd like to welcome our first honoree, Mr. Sylvester Stallone.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for the holy water. I didn't give you any holy water.
No, thank you, Havana.
Thank you for Havana, Cuba. I haven't bought Cuba yet, but soon, Sly. Very soon.
No, thank you, Havana.
I already said that I didn't give you any holy water. Is there holy water backstage in the green room that I'm not aware of? All right, Sly, get off the stage. I have to bring some more nobodies up here.
Yep, see, Sylvester Stallone excited, obviously, for his Kennedy Center honoree. Let's see what's going on in this morning's World of Good. You tired of the gloom and doom that saturates your daily news? Well, of course you are, and I am right there with you. These stories remind us of the silver lining in the cloud over all of our heads. My way of sharing the good news with you, and hopefully you'll go do the same for somebody else. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up on the piano. It's Mr. Floyd Kramer for you. A little good news action on this Thursday, and here we go. Story number one coming from Florida, where on Monday morning in Deltona, Florida, a 14-year-old boy was hit by a car while riding his e-bike to school. On the first day of class, he became trapped underneath that vehicle. Bystanders rushed to help and worked together to lift the car off the boy before emergency crews arrived. The teenager, who was wearing a helmet, was airlifted to a hospital in stable condition and is expected to fully recover. Story number two coming from Maryland, where when fellow veteran Alex Nolan met 96-year-old Korean War vet Charlie Rensell at a Maryland bar, he learned his home needed safety upgrades and took action. The bar's community rallied together, donating time and money to complete over $10,000 in improvements, including an ADA-compliant bathroom, safer windows, and a new walkway. What began as Alex quietly paying for Charlie's beer turned into a heartwarming show of generosity from friends and strangers alike. And story number three coming from Ohio, where Rosie Pollock has received a daily handwritten letter from her father, Buzz Ecker, since childhood. And he later began including her young son in these notes. Wanting to share his encouragement more widely, Pollock offered his letter writing services online, which prompted over 1,000 requests from people seeking fatherly support. Ecker has since written more than 150 letters, recruited other dads to help, and continues to send personal, uplifting messages that always end with, "I love you, Dad." Pretty cool. The good news: a group of Ohio dads write letters to those who just need some fatherly advice. An act of kindness at a bar sparks a community to repair a 96-year-old Korean War veteran's home. And a Good Samaritan, a group of them, lift a car off a teenager while riding a bike to school. That's what's going on in this morning's World of Absolute Good, folks. All right, coming up, we've got Silliness at Sunrise, PRN's Garage Pass, and we'll give you some entertainment. But first of all, Floyd Kramer, he's in the spotlight. Take us home, buddy. It's all yours. As I mentioned, Silliness at Sunrise is coming up next.
Curamed is a top-selling curcumin product in America for good reason. Curamed from Terry Naturally provides remarkable health benefits. Make sure you insist on a bestseller. Insist on Curamed. We're so confident Curamed will offer the results you deserve, we guarantee it or your money back.
Curamed is on sale now, only at the Danville Nutrition Center. Save 25% off on both Curamed and Curamin for pain. Danville Nutrition Center is located at 802 South 4th Street in Danville.
Hey, it's Joe Pags. Make plans to join us for the show. We're bringing the top news stories that are affecting you, the top stories from social media, pop culture stories, could be in sports. Maybe we'll sing a song or two or three or make fun of somebody that you want us to make fun of. That plus, of course, a big part of the program is you calling in. Look, we can agree, we can debate, we can yell at each other, we can sing a song together. We do it all right here on the Joe Pags Show, Monday through Friday, from 6 to 9 on WHIR AM 1230 and online at hometownlive.net.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve.
Buyer beware. No matter what you're in the market for, it's buyer beware. This is Lauren from B&L Jewelers. Every day we see people come into B&L Jewelers and want us to look at the great deal they got online or at a discount jewelry store. Usually, the item they bought is not really what they thought they were getting, which leads to disappointment. Love gets better with B&L Jewelers. Here at B&L Jewelers, we try to educate you on the diamond you are buying. So when you give the gift of love, you have all the confidence of your decision to buy from B&L Jewelers was the correct one. We back up all of our jewelry with a lifetime guarantee and a trade-up policy, which you will receive full credit of the purchase price for your diamond in the future. As always, we offer special financing and 6 months free layaway. Come and see us here at B&L Jewelers today in the Danville Manor Shopping Center. Love gets better with B&L Jewelers.
Behind closed doors are all very open and honest and, good relationships.
Every week there's a chance of being able to go out there and be better.
I'm Mark Darrow, and this is PRN's Garage Pass.
At Napa, we are the pros that know electrical systems are complex. That's why we deliver solutions that keep it simple. From starters and alternators to premium batteries and the testers to diagnose them, Napa provides the high-quality products your customers can count on. Whether you're a local shop or managing a national fleet, Napa has the new or remanufactured electrical parts to keep your business powered up and running strong. Find your parts right now at Napa.
The Cup Series regular season title fight rolls into Richmond this weekend, with William Byron having opened up a 42-point gap over Chase Elliott. It can't be easy for teammates to battle over a big prize, but according to Elliott,
Behind closed doors are all very open and honest, and, I don't think there's really any need for us to change our procedures or how we go about things. We handle things, indoors and internally, and I feel like that's, the best way to go about it, and we'll keep doing that.
Meanwhile, it's been 81 races since Kyle Busch's last win, and he has to find a way to end that long drought at either Richmond or Daytona, or he'll miss the playoff, since he's currently 102 points below the cut line. The two-time champion, however, isn't about to give up.
Every week there's a chance of being able to go out there and be better or go out there and be different than what you were before. So not due to lack of effort, that's for sure. So appreciate everyone's hard work, what we're able to do behind the scenes, and trying to put those results to the racetrack and getting some checker flags from it.
When Bubba Wallace ran 8th at Watkins Glen, it was his 4th consecutive top 10, something he's done only one other time in his career. At Richmond, he could set a new personal record by making it 5 in a row.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, because you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
He's winning Cup Series races, setting records, and has a new contract extension. So winding up in NASCAR and the United States has been a very good thing for the Superman from down under, Shane Van Gisbergen.
Right from the start, enjoyed life and here and racing every week, and probably time for me to have a new challenge in my career. I'd done Fiat Supercars for 15 years or something, so yeah, the timing was just perfect and don't regret any minute. It's been the most fun I've had in racing for a long time.
PRN's Garage Pass, not narrow-minded, Garrow-minded.
Did you know the average age of a child in foster care is 8 years old? Call a Sunrise office near you to find out more about foster care. Want to win a Sunrise prize package? Go to sunrise.org/trivia and answer this week's trivia question. Sunrise.org/trivia. What is the average age of a child in foster care? Your answer, 8 years old. Go to sunrise.org/trivia to enter. Sunrise.org/trivia. Good luck.
Hey, it's me again. That's right, I'm Jerry Farmer, and I'm still cutting up. Still Cutting Up is a place to go when you need a fresh cut or a mini afro. Perms, colors, nails too, braids, highlights, and even updo. I know you done heard of us, so get with it. I know you need your hair did. Here's our digit, 238-7899. Bob your head while I rhyme. 24/7, we won't be beat. 365 on South 4th Street. See ya. See ya.
This Joe Show Weather Report is brought to you by
Rayleigh Joe is brought to you by the Little Sign Shop and our new owners and operators. They offer all types of quality signs at affordable prices, many within 24 hours. They're in Danville, where 2nd and 4th Streets meet. Call them 859-238-7391 for the Little Sign Shop. All right, you get sunshine. High today 90, a low tonight of 68. Partly sunny tomorrow, a high of 91. It's getting hot. Saturday 94, Sunday 95. It's 6:52 in the morning. It's 70 degrees. Thursday, the 14th day of the month of August, and we're just so happy you're on the show this morning. 859-238-WHIR, 238-9447. 100% hilarious. So bad they're good. Warning, these may make you cringe. It's time for everyone's 6th favorite segment on the Joe Show. It is the Dad Joke of the Day. Here it is.
Dad Joke of the Day.
Dad Joke of the Day. Was talking with one of my friends, and he and his wife are going through a divorce. It's very sad. And he said, my wife divorced me because she said that I was more interested in sports than saving our marriage. I said, man, I hate to hear that. He said, I know, it's a pity because we were together for like 7 seasons. Wait a minute. Maybe she's right. The Dad Joke of the Day, Mondays through Fridays, right here on the Joe Show on WHIR Danville News Talk Sports.
Welcome to the planet of the apps.
And today, welcome to the planet of the apps study that says we're all getting bigger and fatter because we spend an average of 9 hours a day sitting down. So there's an app for you now. It's free. It's called Pedometer, Pedometer. And I don't know if you knew this, but you burn a calorie a minute when you're sitting down, but you burn 2 calories with every 30 steps you take. So obviously you want to be in motion. Pedometer it's a terrific multifunction tool for your smartphone. It tells you exactly how many steps you've taken, how many calories you've burned walking. Pedometer. You just set up the app in a few seconds by entering your weight, your height. Let me see. I'm going to try this on the phone. Your weight, your height, and the app starts counting when you start walking. My problem is I have headphones on right now so I can walk in place, but every 30 steps equal 2 calories. It automatically stores the detailed history log every time you use it, so you can share your results with friends via email. You can access the iPod functions of your phone to play music while walking. Once again, it's called Pedometer, Pedometer. You can search for it. Why? Because you found out about it right here with Rick Dees in the middle of the planet of the apps.
There you go, Rick Dees, the planet of the apps, Mondays through Fridays, right here on the Joe Show. At this time, leads us into this morning's Country Comic Spotlight, where Lachlan Patterson is in the spotlight this morning. And he has one question about baby clothes, talking about his baby and why baby clothes are the way that they are. Lachlan Patterson, Country Comic Spotlight. Here he is.
We got a kid. We have a 2-year-old, and he's so cute. Oh, man, I can't wait to get home and squeeze him and kiss him and use his little fingers to help me unsubscribe from junk emails. The button's so small. I can't. Ended up hitting the whole email. No, not add contact, unsubscribe. Love putting clothes on them. You got a kid, dude? How old? 5 and 9. You don't have to put their clothes on, but that'd be scary if you still putting their clothes on. No, but he doesn't know how to put his clothes on. He doesn't even know how to put a fist when I put his hand through his sleeve. He just full hand splayed out. It's cute. Babies' clothes have pockets in them for some reason. I don't know why they put pockets in babies' clothes. They don't own anything. Why do babies' clothes have pockets? I've never seen a baby put its hands in its pockets in my life. I've never even seen a baby tap the outsides of its pockets. Hang on a second here. Hang on, I had a Cheerio in here. Did you guys? Who's washing my clothes? Who's in charge of washing this shirt?
Lachlan Patterson, Country Comic Spotlight, Rick Dees in this morning's Planet of the Apps and the dad joke of the day. And the best jokes from last night's late night shows while you all were sleeping, starting off with NBC's Tonight Show. Jimmy Fallon joking about President Donald Trump's plans to meet Vladimir Putin.
Meanwhile, Trump's meeting with Vladimir Putin is almost here, and today Trump warned that Russia will face severe consequences if Putin doesn't agree to end the war. Yep, severe consequences. Putin responded like what, the second meeting? Yeah.
Jimmy also joking about President Trump naming his Kennedy Center honorees.
Well, guys, after naming himself chairman of the Kennedy Center, today President Trump announced this year's honorees, including Sylvester Stallone and the band Kiss. Ooh. Sylvester Stallone makes sense. I mean, he really deserves it. And when you think about Trump's first 7 months in office, the word Rocky definitely comes to mind.
So this at Sunrise with Jimmy Fallon. Seth Meyers joking about RFK Jr.
Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. yesterday visited the CDC headquarters, but even they couldn't figure out what's wrong with him.
Seth Meyers also joking about Washington, D.C. U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro.
In a new interview on Fox News, U.S. Attorney for Washington, D.C., Jeanine Pirro, said she is, quote, tired of hearing that crime is down. The only thing she's more tired of hearing is last call.
Seth Meyers, Jimmy Fallon, Rick Dees in this morning's Planet of the Apps and the dad joke of the day, Mondays through Fridays, right here on The Joe Show on WHIR Danville News Talk Sports. Say, coming up at the 7 o'clock in the morning hour, we're going to see what's breaking and trending right here on The Joe Show. At 7:10, the County Agent's Corner is at 7:40. And 7:50, Mimi Becker, Danville Bull County Arts Commission on this Thursday morning.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products or compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
This is the talk of the town, AM 1230, and now on FM 103.9, WHIR Danville, powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
It's 7 o'clock.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. National Guard troops are now on round-the-clock patrols of the nation's capital. The latest this morning from Rory O'Neill.
The crime prevention patrols throughout the nation's capital are nonstop, and the show of force is obvious. The Trump administration claims that since launching a federal takeover of the Washington, D.C. Police Department and deploying the National Guard earlier this week, more than 100 arrests have been made. One of the suspects is charged with a homicide.
President Trump is already talking about a second meeting with Vladimir Putin, even though the first summit with the Russian leader is still days away. Monica Nelson reports.
Trump will meet Putin in Alaska on Friday, but he told reporters certain great things can be gained in the first meeting, but it's setting the table for the second meeting. Trump added he had a great call with Ukrainian President Zelensky and European allies. He said he'll impose severe penalties on Russia if Putin won't agree to a deal.
In a virtual meeting Wednesday, leaders from France, Germany, Italy, Poland, Finland, NATO, and Ukraine's President Zelensky stressed the importance of Ukraine's involvement in negotiations. French President Macron told President Trump that while a ceasefire is desired, territorial issues cannot be settled without Ukraine, and warned against rewarding Russia for its invasion. Democrats want answers from Attorney General Pam Bondi after child sex trafficker Ghislaine Maxwell was transferred to a minimum security prison. Tammy Trujillo with more.
Democrats on the House Judiciary Committee sent Bondi a letter on Wednesday expressing concern about Maxwell, a close associate of the late Jeffrey Epstein. The transfer came 2 days after interviews between Maxwell and a top Justice Department official. Democrats say it looks like the Trump administration may be trying to tamper with a witness by getting Maxwell to conceal President Trump's relationship with Epstein.
Before the opening bell, stock futures are falling. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Life is wonderful. And sometimes it's not. Cherish the good, but always be prepared for life's challenges. At Private Healthcare, we provide the peace of mind you deserve. With Private Healthcare, you'll get the coverage you want and healthcare you need. If your employer doesn't supply healthcare coverage and you don't qualify for Medicare or Medicaid, you need to give us a call right now. Private Healthcare is private health insurance for ages 65 and under with medical, dental, vision, and even prescription coverage. When life comes at you unexpectedly, you need to be ready, and health insurance is your financial safety net. If you're looking for health coverage at the best price and your annual household income is $35,000 or more, give us a call at 800-961-1527. That's 800-961-1527. 800-961-1527.
President Trump doesn't sound optimistic about reaching a congressional budget deal. Brian Shook reports.
On Wednesday, Trump was asked if he'll meet with Democratic leaders.
Well, I will, I guess, but it's almost a waste of time to meet because they never approve anything.
A deal must be struck by September 30th to avoid a government shutdown. The president says the Democrats will only say no to anything he wants, and a spending bill will have to be passed by Republicans. He added that he thinks the Democrats are being led by lunatics. I'm Brian Shook.
A U.S. Congresswoman says she's very confident in the existence of what she describes as interdimensional beings. Mark Mayfield with a story.
Florida Republican Anna Paulina Luna was on the Joe Rogan podcast Wednesday and said she has met F-15 pilots who have had encounters with unidentified anomalous phenomena, or UAPs, which is the official government name for UFOs. Luna said there's definitely something that we don't know how to explain. She also said she believes in interdimensional beings who can operate through the time spaces that we currently have. Luna heads a House committee task force for the declassification of federal secrets. I'm Mark Mayfield.
Rock and Roll Hall of Famers Kiss, country music icon George Strait, and actor Sylvester Stallone are among this year's Kennedy Center honorees. President Trump announced the group set to receive this year's honors on Wednesday.
1978, the Kennedy Center honors have been among the most prestigious awards in the performing arts. I wanted one. I was never able to get one.
Others who will be honored are English actor Michael Crawford and disco singer Gloria Gaynor. This is the first group of honorees to be named since Trump took over the Kennedy Center as chairman. Trump also announced that he'll host this year's ceremony. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Don't be a dirty driver. You can shine on and drive on with a clean vehicle from the original Thoroughbred Car Wash in Danville on Perryville Road. The original Thoroughbred Car Wash has 6 self-service bays and 8 vacuums and a touchless automatic wash that washes, waxes, and blow dries for the spotless wash that you'll be proud of. Find the original Thoroughbred Car Wash in Danville on Perryville Road, just down from Big Lots. Open 7 days a week for your convenience.
If you've ever been a victim of a scam or fraud attempt, you're not alone. Con artists are good at tricking people. Hi, I'm Adam Hopkins, security officer at Farmers National Bank. A way we beat the fraudsters is to communicate with each other. Always feel free to contact us, as we're glad to help you and share advice.
At Stuart Powell Ford Mazda, we are proud to be your hometown dealer for many reasons. Selection, service, convenient location, and our people. Your friends, family, and neighbors. Since 1949 at Stuart Powell, we make it easy. Stuart Powell Ford Mazda. Visit us on the bypass in Danville or online at stuartpowell.com.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. Pioneer Days is back today. The festival kicks off tonight at 5 o'clock with the Disney Princess Show and Meet and Greet. The Baby Show will happen at 7, and then at 8 o'clock, the second half of the Disney Show will feature Disney villains. Other events today include inflatables, yard games, picnic areas, and a giant mural. It begins tonight at the Old Fort Herod State Park. A man was arrested in Washington County after a traffic stop revealed drugs. It happened Monday around 11:30 in the evening when Washington County deputies pulled a vehicle over at the 5-Star gas station in Springfield. K-9 Viper alerted the deputy of potential drugs in the vehicle, and after a search, 2 baggies were found containing heroin and methamphetamine, as well as a glass pipe and a handgun. 33-year-old Jordan Young was hit with 4 different charges and was lodged in jail. And flags are at half-staff at office buildings today through sunset in honor of a Korean War soldier whose remains were only recently identified. U.S. Army Private First Class Roger Fields, a native of Perry County, was killed in action on December the 1st of 1950 in North Korea. Fields will be interred at the Kentucky Veterans Cemetery in Clay County today. All individuals, businesses, and organizations are encouraged to join in the flag-lowering tribute. And slow down in work zones, and if not, you could be issued a steep fine. Kentucky is implementing a new law that allows for cameras to be set up in work zones, and if you're caught speeding through them, you could get a hefty ticket. Earlier this year, a law was passed that authorized the use of automated speed detection equipment in work zones. When you pass through those areas, you may not see a law enforcement officer, but the technology works so that the speed can be relayed to law enforcement nearby. Drivers that are then pulled over by police because of that can face a $500 fine. The Transportation Cabinet says they will begin installing those specialized speed cameras this summer and fall in select work zones, and then will build the program over the next few years. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
This morning's local news was a service of Stuart Powell Ford Mazda on the bypass in Danville and online at stuartpowell.com.
Going out of town or anywhere in the world? Stay in touch with WHIR on the internet at hometownlive.net. Powered by Kentucky WIMAX.
Zaxby's is more than just a humble chicken joint. It's a humble chicken joint with the best sauces in the world. See, at Zaxby's, you don't just get their famous hand-breaded chicken fingers, fried to golden perfection with that flavor you know and love. At Zaxby's, you get the sauce. Dip, dunk, and drizzle with your choice of 12 different sauces like Zax sauce, tongue torch, and hot honey mustard. So if you want a whole lot of sauce, you need to find yourself a Zaxby's. Who's got the sauce?
Zaxby's.
Hey, it's Joe Pags. Make plans to join us for the show. We're bringing the top news stories that are affecting you, the top stories from social media, pop culture stories, could be in sports. Maybe we'll sing a song or 2 or 3 or make fun of somebody that you want us to make fun of. That plus, of course, a big part of the program is you calling in. Look, we can agree, we can debate, we can yell at each other, we can sing a song together. We do it all right here on the Joe Pags Show, Monday through Friday, from 6 to 9 on WHIR AM 1230 and online at hometownlive.net.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
Okay, there, Rayleigh Joe, brought to you by the Big Deals online store, hometownlive.net. Shop and save on gift certificates to local businesses at big-time discounts, up to 50% every single day. Big Deals online store, hometownlive.net. Sunshine, a high of 90, a low tonight of 68. Tomorrow, sunny and 91. Saturday, sunny and hot, 94. Sunday, sunny and hot, and 95. Right now, it's 7:10 in the morning. It's 6 69 degrees here in Danville. 859-238-WHIR is the phone number to call in this morning. 238-9447. Let's see what's breaking and trending this morning right here on the Joe Show. Democrats want answers from Attorney General Pam Bondi after child sex trafficker Ghislaine Maxwell was transferred to a minimum security prison. Democrats on the House Judiciary Committee sent Bondi a letter yesterday expressing concern about Maxwell, a close associate to the late Jeffrey Epstein. The transfer came 2 days after interviews between Maxwell and a top Justice Department official. Democrats say it looks like the Trump administration may be trying to tamper with a witness by getting Maxwell to conceal President Trump's relationship with Epstein. They want the Justice Department to turn over everything related to the transfer and Maxwell's interviews by August the 26th. Dollar General is recalling its Clover Valley instant coffee. The FDA says 3 lots of Dollar General's 8-ounce instant coffee were recalled due to the potential presence of glass fragments after a customer raised concerns about this potential issue. The 8-ounce jars of instant coffee were sold and distributed in all states except Hawaii and Alaska. Customers are advised to dispose of the product if you bought it between July 9th and July 21st. This is Clover Valley Instant Coffee, and that's the Dollar General brand. Let's go to Montgomery County, Kentucky for this breaking and trending story where schools in Montgomery County are leading the nation and using an AI system that detects weapons. Montgomery County High School implemented the thru AI system to detect possible security threats before they happen. It uses radars with machine learning to identify weapons and explosives. Officials say the technology is the first of its kind in a school system. The move was brought on after a student at a district middle school brought a loaded gun to school last year there in Montgomery County. Goldfish and Dunkin' are re-teaming to bring back pumpkin spice grams for the 3rd year. It has notes of pumpkin, cinnamon, clove, and nutmeg to complement the graham cracker. Dunkin' and Goldfish recommend eating these as a standalone snack or pair with a pumpkin spice latte. These pumpkin spice graham goldfish hit store shelves this month. Rabbits are cute. What about rabbits with horns? Residents in some parts of the state have taken photos recently of wild rabbits that appear to have black horns and tentacles growing out of their heads. A spokesperson of Colorado Parks and Wildlife say the horn-like growths are the result of a benign virus commonly referred to as SPV, which does affect rabbits in parts of the central U.S. during the summer months. Fleas and ticks spread this virus. They say there's no risk of the virus spreading to humans or other animals, though they recommend you avoid contact with horned rabbits. The good news is once the bunny's immune system start fighting the virus, the horns do disappear and the bunny is fine. President Trump told European leaders and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky on a call yesterday that he won't talk about splitting up Ukrainian territory when he meets with Russian President Vladimir Putin in Alaska tomorrow. Trump said his goal is to get a ceasefire in Ukraine, not make deals about land. European officials said all the leaders agree that Ukraine must be part of any peace talks and should decide what land it might give up. Trump suggested there could be a second meeting right after with both Putin and Zelensky. He also warned that Russia will face severe consequences if Putin does not agree to end the war. President Trump was asked if Russia would face consequences. Here's what he said.
Yes, they will. Yeah.
What will the consequences
there will be consequences.
Sanctions, tariffs?
There will be, I don't have to say, there will be very severe consequences.
Trump also asked yesterday if he thought he would be able to convince Putin to stop targeting Ukrainian civilians.
Well, I'll tell you what, I've had that conversation with him. I've had a lot of good conversations with him. Then I go home and I see that a rocket hit a nursing home or a rocket hit an apartment building and people are laying dead in the street. So I guess the answer to that is no.
And Trump also said it probably won't be the only meeting between the two.
There's a very good chance that we're going to have a second meeting, which will be more productive than the first, because the first is I'm going to find out where we are and what we're doing.
Police are looking into whether 2 suspects who stole over $500,000 from an armored car this week are connected to other robberies in the Philadelphia area. The Tuesday robbery happened in an H-Mart store when 2 people with guns, one with an AR-15, robbed a Brinks driver of about $700,000. 3 men were arrested yesterday for a June robbery where they stole more than $2 million from a Brinks driver at a Home Depot. Authorities are investigating to see if they are connected.
They pointed their firearms at the driver ordered the driver to turn over their handgun, and then took the 2 bags of money. I think it was about 15 seconds total, start to finish.
One of the suspects, Trayvon Jackson, used to work for Brinks. There have been several other similar robberies in the area this summer, with thieves using AR-15 style weapons and fleeing in dark cars. Much of the money from the June robbery was recovered. That's what's breaking and trending this morning right here on The Joe Show on WHIR Danville News Talk Sports. Hey, it's 7:15. We talked about those rabbit spikes growing out of their heads there in Colorado.
Coming up on Frankenstein Rabbit 911, real calls from real people who are claiming that they're being attacked by Frankenstein rabbits with spikes growing from their heads.
911, what's your emergency?
You've got to help me. There's a Frankenstein rabbit outside, and it has huge spikes growing from its head.
Timmy, is that you?
Yeah.
What did Daddy say about calling while he's at work? And I told you, there's no such thing as Frankenstein rabbits with spikes growing from their heads. Please go back to bed. You have school tomorrow.
But, Dad, I swear there's a...
I said go to bed. Frankenstein rabbit with spikes growing from its head just burst into the office. Help! Wake your mother up and have her send somebody to help me.
Nope. Should have believed me, Dad.
No!
It's all coming up on Frankenstein Rabbit 911. Don't miss it.
Yeah, there you go. 7:16, 69 degrees on the second day of school here in 2025. Hope you're waking up to a good start to your morning. Cup of coffee brewing and the Joe Show on your radio. We'll step aside, we'll come back, and we'll see what's going on with the Big Daddy, Steve Bertram, as he makes his morning debut with sports right now.
Hi, this is Fred Sizemore with Stuart Powell Ford Mazda here on the Bypass in Danville, where we make buying a vehicle easy. No fast talk, no high-pressure sales, no gimmicks or silly commercials. Just honest deals and a team that takes pride in doing business the right way. For over 75 years, we've built trust by treating our customers like family, offering fair prices and making sure you drive away with confidence. Stop by today and see just how easy it is to do business with us.
Come to Stuart Powell, we can do business.
Stop in at 225 South Danville Bypass.
Hey, this is Jack Mathis. I love sports, and this is a sports update with the Big Daddy, Steve Bertram. Brought to you by Stuart Powell Mazda.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. The Kentucky high school football season kicks off 1 week from tomorrow night. Hometown Radio will bring you area football action for Boyle County, Danville, Garrett County, and Mercer County. A week from Friday night, Danville hosts Fort Knox under first-year head coach Steve Stonebreaker for the Admirals, while Garrett County faces North Bullitt at Lincoln County. A week from Saturday night, Boyle County takes on Bullitt East at Bowling Green High, and Mercer County entertains Tates Creek at Alvis Johnson Field. All these games will be on Hometown Radio and live around the world at hometownlive.net. Other area action next Friday finds Lincoln County hosting Madison Southern and Anderson County at Washington County, while Casey County visits Fleming County Saturday. Kentucky men's basketball has completed its schedule for the 25-26 campaign. UK opens up officially on November 4th against Nicholls State, followed by Valparaiso on November 7th. Cats play Louisville on November 11th, followed by Eastern Illinois on November 12th. Follow the Wildcats all season long on Z105. In Major League Baseball yesterday, Hunter Green threw 6 excellent innings, and Miguel Andujar hit a grand slam as Cincinnati shut out Philadelphia 8-0 to win 2 out of 3 with the Phillies. The Reds are off today and host baseball's hottest team, the Milwaukee Brewers, Friday night. The Brewers won their 12th game in a row, 12-5 over Pittsburgh. The Orioles ended the Mariners' 8-game winning streak, 4-3. The Angels improved to 6-0 versus the Dodgers this year with a 6-5 win. The Braves whipped the Mets 11-6. The Mariners mauled the Guardians 13-4. The Rockies edged the Cardinals 6-5, and the Twins topped the Yankees 4-1. Other winners were the Astros, Cubs, Diamondbacks, Nationals, Padres, Rays, and the Tigers. That's sports. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
Did you know that WHIR AM 1230 is the talk of the town? We're not spreading gossip. We're just letting you know where the best talk radio is found all day, every day. Mornings begin with Danville's own Joe Mathis and The Joe Show.
Hey, this is Joe Mathis.
Wake up to what you missed. News, weather, sports, and local guests. Followed by Kentucky Sports Radio with Matt Jones.
Welcome, everyone. Kentucky Sports Radio. I'm Matt Jones.
Then, the man who has an opinion about everything, Tomas Mauricio.
I'm Tomas Mauricio. I invite you to tune in.
Starting at noon with Advocates for America. Then at 3, it's the best-known name in news, Sean Hannity.
Join me, Sean Hannity, on WHIR.
Then, Joe Pag starts off weekday evenings at 6 with his take on the day's news, mixed with his fun parody songs about the news.
Hey, it's Joe Pag on WHIR.
Afterwards, at 10, it's the unique world of John B. Wells on WHIR with his Caravan to Midnight show.
This is John B. Wells, WHIR, AM 1230 and FM 103.9.
These guys have a lot to say, and they'll be glad to have you join them every weekday on your home for news, talk, sports. AM 1230, WHIR, the talk of the town.
It's time for Pioneer Days, August 14th through the 17th.
Family night on Thursday. Start off with our meet and greet princesses from 5 to 6:30 with our princess show. 7 o'clock is our baby contest, and following is our villains production. So come out on Thursday night for a fun night with inflatables, petting zoo, dunking booth, mechanical bull, and over 100 vendors. We also have food trucks and a free trackless train ride for the kiddos.
These famous recipes been serving the best chicken in Danville since 1972. These is proud to serve up money-saving $6 meals that include 2 strips or 2 pieces of dark meat, livers or gizzards, your choice of a side, plus a home-style buttermilk biscuit and drink, all of it just $6. Don't feel like cooking? Feed the family with an 8, 12, 16, or 20-piece meal that comes with large shareable sides and home-style buttermilk biscuits. For your next get-together, call Lee's, the expert caterers, at 859-236-8777. Visit Lee's Famous Recipe, the chicken specialist in Danville and South 4th.
Roxanne Watson is on a mission to have more people sign up as organ, eye, and tissue donors. What drives her? Roxanne received a heart transplant made possible by an organ donor.
I decided that day to devote myself to signing up the most people in the United States. That's my goal.
Now she's a powerful force for good. What could you make possible as an organ, eye, and tissue donor? Leave behind the gift of life. Go to organdonor.gov. U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Health Resources and Services Administration.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
Okay there, Rayleigh Joe. It's brought to you by our friends over at Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance. They're your local independent insurance agency. They proudly represent the Auto Owners Insurance Company. Call Mark or Chris, and they'd love to give you a free quote. 859-236-6686, Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance. Partly sunny, 90s the high, 68's the low. Tomorrow, 91, Saturday, 94, Sunday, 95. Right now, it's 7:23 in the morning, 69 degrees on this Thursday, the 14th day of August. Hey, what about your Cincinnati Reds last night?
In the air left field. Marsh going back on the track. Grand slam! The deadline deal with the backbreaker. It is 8-0 Cincinnati.
Yeah, Miguel Andujar with his first home run at Great American Ballpark, his first grand slam as a Red, gave your Reds an 8-0 lead last night in that win over the Phillies there that happened in the bottom half of the 7th. And don't look now, but the Reds 1 game back of the New York Mets in the NL Wild Card, and part of that thanks to the 2021 World Series champion Atlanta Braves, who found themselves down 6-0 last night and then scored 9 in the top of the 4th. They scored 11 runs overall unanswered to beat the Mets, come back and beat the Mets last night. The Reds win coupled with the Mets loss, and the Reds 1 game back of the National League wild card. And boy, do they have a big set coming up with the Milwaukee Brewers, who I'm not sure have lost this calendar year. It feels like the Brewers haven't lost in forever. It's because they haven't. They've won 12 straight. The Brewers have by far the longest streak in Major League Baseball. After the Brewers, the longest streak after the Brewers is the Padres, who's won 5 straight. So winners of 12 in a row, Reds and Brewers starting a big series here coming up. And that will have a lot of implications, particularly on the NL wild card race, with the Reds finding themselves one game back after that win last night, coupled with the Mets' loss as well. And we got good news coming from the world of music.
Only you.
This is the Platters. Remember this song, Only You and You Alone, was the name of this song. And a former member of that vocal group, the Platters, has been found after going missing Friday. She was the lone female in the group, the Platters. Her name was Sandra Hall. She was last seen boarding a subway train in Brooklyn. Her family says that she suffers from dementia, so she got on the subway train. Nobody knew where she was going. Her family said they received a call yesterday that she was found at a hospital in Lower Manhattan. Now, the Platters themselves became a group in 1952. They were megastars in their time. Hall, who went by the stage name Sandra Dawn, her real name Sandra Hall, went by Sandra Dawn, joined the Platters in 1965. Yeah, so good news, sad news at first, but good news, she was found at a hospital in Manhattan after she went missing, one of the core group members of the 5-person group, the Platters. 7:27 in the morning. It is Thursday, August the 14th. Today is National Creamsicle Day. National Creamsicle Day today. And on National Creamsicle Day, let's celebrate everything that makes the creamsicle. Like, for example, the frozen dessert, which mixes, obviously, some sort of fruity flavor with a milky flavor, was invented by a man named Frank Epperson in 1905. He was successful in his experiment of enclosing vanilla ice cream with a layer of frozen fruit juice. He was 11 years old when he came up with this idea. Frank Epperson was. He called his invention the Epsicle, which would later become the Popsicle, and then Creamsicle, and then Dreamsicle. Creamsicle flavors: orange, blue, raspberry, lime, grape, cherry, and blueberry. It's the Popsicle company itself that offers 3 different types of creamsicles, probably the most well-known brands. There's the 100-calorie bars, there's the low-fat Pops, and the sugar-free Pops of creamsicles. And on June the 22nd of 2005, so more than 20 years ago now, Snapple, the Drake company, Snapple, tried to beat the existing Guinness Book of World Records entry of a 1997 record. It was a 21-foot ice pop that people in the Netherlands did. And so Snapple said, let's see if we can go for the biggest popsicle in the world. They tried to erect a 25-foot ice pop in New York City. Snapple did. 15.9 tons of frozen juice that had been brought in from Addison, New Jersey in a freezer truck, but it melted faster than expected, which dashed hopes of a new record. Spectators then fled to higher grounds because firefighters had to come on scene, and they had to hose away this kiwi strawberry-flavored mess. That is a true story. It happened 20 years ago, back in 2005. Today, National Creamsicle Day. And you can celebrate by honoring Frank Epperson, the young 11-year-old, who back in 1905 had his idea of vanilla ice cream and layers of frozen juice when he was just 11 years old. An idea that came to fruition and ended up becoming the first rendition of a creamsicle. 859-238-WHIR. That's 238-9447. So glad that you're on the Joe Show. 859-238-WHIR to call in. 7:30 in the morning, K&N Bottom Hour News is coming your way next. We'll see what's going on around the state, around the nation, around the world. And we have Caitlin Farley, the County Agent's Corner, as well, coming up.
I once had a girl, or should I say, she once had me.
This is the Kentucky News Network. Kentucky State Police are looking for a Perry County Sheriff's Cruiser stolen from Perry County Park. They say Chris Combs was handcuffed behind his back in the back seat when he slipped out of the cuffs, got into the front, and drove off. Combs had been arrested on an indictment warrant, and deputies had just recovered 40 grams of meth and several $1,000s in cash. Authorities say he should be considered armed and dangerous. If you see Combs or the cruiser, call 911 immediately. In Bell County, 2 people are charged in the death of a 17-month-old found unresponsive July 30th and later pronounced dead at Middlesboro ARH. An investigation with state and local officials led to murder charges against Lauren Gage and manslaughter charges against Dakota Spencer. Both are in the Bell County Detention Center. Lexington police arrested 3 people after a driver was robbed at gunpoint just before 1 a.m. Wednesday on Life Lane near New Circle Road. Officers used flock cameras to track the suspect's vehicle and say the investigation continues. When students return to Montgomery County High School Thursday, they'll be among the first in the nation to use a TruePort security detection system. The AI-powered radar can spot weapons like firearms and ceramic knives without traditional metal detectors. School leaders installed it after a middle school student brought a loaded gun to class last year and say it's designed to improve safety while reducing bottlenecks at entry points. And GE Appliances has announced a $3 billion 5-year investment plan to expand production, modernize operations, and invest in communities. The project will touch all 11 U.S. manufacturing plants, including Appliance Park headquarters in Louisville. Company leaders say it's the second largest investment in their history, surpassed only by the creation of Appliance Park in the 1950s. I'm Travis Laird.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments, including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
What are you doing August 14th through the 17th? Come on out to historic Harrodsburg for our annual Pioneer Days Festival. We'll have inflatables, a petting zoo, dunking booth, mechanical bull, over 100 vendors, delicious food trucks. Join us on Friday and Saturday night for live music. Start your Saturday off with our colonial breakfast. At 6 p.m. you can meet and greet with your favorite wrestlers from Elite Wrestling Alliance. And be sure to stick around for their wrestling match at 7 o'clock. Follow us on Facebook or find us on our website, pioneerdaysky.com.
This is Randy Gipp Graham. If you want to start your weekend off in a winning way, propelling you into a new work week, then join with our team every Saturday morning at 7 o'clock on the Kentucky Power Hour. Sure, we talk current events, politics, a little sports, and a lot about leadership, but with you, the listener, in mind. So start your day off in a winning way. Rise and shine, champions. Right here on the Happy Station, WHIR.
The Kentucky Power Hour on AM 1230 and FM 103.9.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. Pioneer Days is back today. The festival kicks off tonight at 5 o'clock with a Disney Princess show and meet and greet. The baby show will happen at 7, and then at 8 o'clock, the second half of the Disney show will feature Disney villains. Other events today include inflatables, yard games, picnic areas, and a giant mural. It begins tonight at the Old Fort Herod State Park. A man was arrested in Washington County after a traffic stop revealed drugs. It happened Monday around 11:30 in the evening when Washington County deputies pulled a vehicle over at the 5-Star gas station in Springfield. Canine Viper alerted the deputy of potential drugs in the vehicle, and after a search, 2 baggies were found containing heroin and methamphetamine, as well as a glass pipe and a handgun. 33-year-old Jordan Young was hit with 4 different charges and was lodged in jail. And flags are at half-staff at office buildings today through sunset in honor of a Korean War soldier whose remains were only recently identified. U.S. Army Private First Class Roger Fields, a native of Perry County, was killed in action on December the 1st of 1950 in North Korea. Fields will be interred at the Kentucky Veterans Cemetery in Clay County today. All individuals, businesses, and organizations are encouraged to join in the flag-lowering tribute. And slow down in work zones, and if not, you could be issued a steep fine. Kentucky is implementing a new law that allows for cameras to be set up in work zones, and if you're caught speeding through them, you could get a hefty ticket. Earlier this year, a law was passed that authorized the use of automated speed detection equipment in work zones. When you pass through those areas, you may not see a law enforcement officer, but the technology works so that the speed can be relayed to law enforcement nearby. Drivers that are then pulled over by police because of that can face a $500 fine. The Transportation Cabinet says they will begin installing those specialized speed cameras this summer and fall in select work zones, and then will build the program over the next few years. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
Hi, I'm Brent Blevins, Public Health Director of the Boyle County Health Department, with an important message. The American Cancer Society estimates that nearly 3,500 deaths per year in Kentucky can be attributed to lung cancer. Most people are aware that cigarette smoking may contribute to lung cancer, but are unaware of another serious lung cancer threat, radon. In fact, the Environmental Protection Agency states that prolonged exposure to elevated levels of radon gas is the second leading cause of lung cancer. Now, you may be asking yourself a few questions like, what is an elevated level of radon? Where does radon come from? Or, how can I tell if radon is in my home? Your Boyle County Health Department stands ready to answer your questions and help determine if your family may be at risk. Simply contact our environmental staff at 859-236-2053. The health of your family depends on it.
Welcome to the land of the free, where we pledge allegiance to the flag, salute racing's rich history, and raise a drink for the new gladiators who dare take on the last great Coliseum. The Bass Pro Shops Night Race NASCAR Playoff Weekend returns to Bristol Motor Speedway September 11th through the 13th. Put a weekend package in a camping spot and make it a weekend to remember. It's not just a night race, it's Bristol, baby.
What makes Whitaker Bank uniquely Kentucky? With a wide range of products and services, we are here to provide you friendly, expert service for all of your banking needs. This is Rita McIntyre for Boyle, Garrett, and Mercer counties. As part of your community, we are committed to building solid, long-term relationships. Call me at 859-733-4963. Let us show you what uniquely Kentucky means. Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
This Joe Show Weather Report is brought to you by
Well, my mic won't work unless I hold the button. That's not good. Okay, it's brought to you by our friends over at the Little Sign Shop. Under new owners and operators, Little Sign Shop have got you covered. They do full-color digital printing, magnetic signs, auto signage, and logo design. They're in Danville, where 2nd and 4th Streets meet. Call them 859-238-7391. Partly sunny, high today of 89, low tonight of 68. Tomorrow, sunshine and 91. Saturday, sunny and hot, 94. Sunday, sunny and hot, and 95. Right now, it's 7:39 in the morning, and we are looking at 69 degrees on this Thursday, and we're happy to have on the show Caitlin Farley from the Boyle County Extension Office. Good morning, Caitlin. How are you?
I'm great. How are you, Joe?
I'm doing great, Caitlin. Appreciate you being on here this morning and giving us the County Agent's Corner. It's brought to you by Bluegrass South Livestock Market.
Get the top price for your livestock. Take them to the Bluegrass South Livestock Market, where they have drop-off hours to fit the busy farmer's need. Selling your livestock a profitable and a pleasant experience. Save the hassle of a long haul. Sell your livestock at the Bluegrass South Livestock Market, 277 Courtier Road in Stanford. Call Bluegrass South Livestock Market at 606-365-0665. Bluegrass South Livestock Market in Stanford.
And here's Caitlin Farley.
Good morning and welcome to the County Agent's Corner. That's brought to you by the Boyle, Mercer, Garrett, and Lincoln County UK Cooperative Extension Offices. I am Caitlin Farley, UK Horticulture Extension Agent for Boyle County. Let's get started. As the summer warmth begins to wind down, you don't have to say goodbye to the joys of cultivating your garden. This time between seasons offers a golden opportunity to plant a vibrant fall vegetable garden, promising an uninterrupted flow of produce throughout fall. Some of the best quality vegetables are produced during fall's warm days and cool nights. These environmental conditions add sugar to late-season sweet corn and cold crops, such as cauliflower and cabbage, and add crispness to carrots. Fall vegetable harvested after early September consist of two types: a late succession plantings of warm season crops, such as corn and bush beans, and cool season crops that grow well during the cool fall days and withstand the frost. When planting a fall garden, group crops the same way you would in the spring. Plant so taller plants don't shade out the shorter plants. To encourage good germination, keep the soil moist until seeds have germinated. Be aware that cool nights slow the growth, so plants take longer to mature in the fall than in the summer. You may use polyethylene row covers to extend the growing season of frost-sensitive crops, such as tomatoes, peppers, and cucumbers. Often Kentucky experiences a period of mild weather after the first killing frost. If you protect frost-sensitive vegetables at crucial times in the fall, you could extend the harvest season by several weeks. Once these vegetables die due to lower temperatures, you may be able to plant cooler season crops in their place. Leafy greens like lettuce, spinach may grow into November or December under the polyethylene row covers if outside temperatures do not drop below the teens. Be sure to allow ventilation on sunny days to prevent overheating. And that is all for your farm tips for today. Join us each day at this time to hear our daily tips, and thank you for tuning in today. This is brought to you by the Boyle, Mercer, Garrett, and Lincoln County UK Extension Offices. I'm Caitlin Farley, Boyle County UK Horticulture Agent.
Oh, sorry about that. Caitlin Farley with the County Agent's Corner, brought to you by Bluegrass South Livestock Market. All right, Caitlin, I would do some random facts, but it sounds like you got a child there in the background that maybe that needs mommy.
I do. They found me.
Yeah, there you go. We appreciate you calling in.
Let's hear them.
Okay, let's do it then. Fact number one, Caitlin. Pez dispensers were designed to look like what? Do you know what?
I don't.
Cigarette lighters.
They
were.
see that.
Well, they were actually supposed to encourage people to stop smoking and to have a mint instead.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the positive reason to make it look like that.
Oh, okay.
Number two, Macaulay Culkin was the first child actor to ever get $1 million for a movie. He got that for his role in My Girl. I know you're thinking Home Alone, but My Girl came before Home Alone. He got $4.5 million the following year. I guess My Girl came after Home Alone 1, but he got $4.5 million the following year for Home Alone 2. And then he got $8 million 2 years later for Richie Rich. But he was the first child actor to ever get $1 million for a movie.
Wow, yeah, that's a lot.
Number three, the get-out-of-jail-free card from Monopoly is actually a real thing. In England in 1567, there was a lottery to raise money for the Navy. And the winner got a get-out-of-jail-free card to excuse them from everything but the most serious crimes. So it was a lottery. The winner got that, a get-out-of-jail-free card. You could basically go misbehave as long as it wasn't super bad. And you got out of jail. Yeah. Number four, in baseball news, this past week, Shohei Ohtani hit into the 740th triple play in Major League Baseball history. There are around 3 or 4 of them per season. An unassisted triple play is more rare. It means a player would basically catch a line drive and then would tag 2 runners out for all 3 outs. An unassisted triple play hasn't happened since 2009. Been 16 years on that. And then number 5, the band NSYNC did not just get their name because the guys were in sync. It uses the last letter of each of the 5 original members' first names. Justin, with an N, Chris with an S, Joey with a Y, Jason with an N, and JC was the C. But Jason was replaced by a guy named Lance Bass, which then messed up the whole NSYNC thing, but they did keep the name. Yeah, NSYNC, that's how they got their name. There you go. Caitlin, appreciate you being on. We'll talk to you again tomorrow morning, okay?
Yep. Thank you.
There you go. Caitlin Farley. Oh, there you go. 7:45 in the morning. Mimi Becker and the Danville Boyle County Arts Commission is on here next with Jimmy Korn as well, right around about 5 minutes or so here on The Joe Show.
Experience family fun with a Kentucky twist at Kentucky Kingdom Theme and Water Park. New for 2025, surround yourself with the beauty of Kentucky as you explore Discovery Meadow, a delightful new adventure featuring exciting new rides, beloved characters, and tasty treats to savor. Create unforgettable family memories while celebrating the bold spirit of Kentucky. Get 2 days of fun for one great price. Buy online only for just $49.99 at KentuckyKingdom.com/special offer.
Folding a fitted sheet, programming the thermostat, matching your socks. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your home doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like finding that missing sock. That's simple human sense.
Ask Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance Agency in Danville if auto owners make sense for you. Call me, Mark Dexter, or Chris Reitmeyer at 236-6686.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. The Kentucky High School football season kicks off 1 week from tomorrow night. Hometown Radio will bring you area football action for Boyle County, Danville, Garrett County, and Mercer County. A week from Friday night, Danville hosts Fort Knox under first-year head coach Steve Stonebreaker for the Admirals, while Garrett County faces North Bullitt at Lincoln County. A week from Saturday night, Boyle County takes on Bullitt East at Bowling Green High, and Mercer County entertains Tate's Creek at Alvis Johnson Field. All these games will be on Hometown Radio and live around the world at hometownlive.net. Other area action next Friday finds Lincoln County hosting Madison Southern and Anderson County at Washington County, while Casey County visits Fleming County Saturday. Kentucky men's basketball has completed its schedule for the 25-26 campaign. UK opens up officially on November 4th against Nicholls State, followed by Valparaiso on November 7th. The Cats play Louisville on November 11th, followed by Eastern Illinois on November 12th. Follow the Wildcats all season long on Z105. In Major League Baseball yesterday, Hunter Green threw 6 excellent innings, and Miguel Andujar hit a grand slam as Cincinnati shut out Philadelphia 8-0 to win 2 out of 3 with the Phillies. The Reds are off today and host baseball's hottest team, the Milwaukee Brewers, Friday night. The Brewers won their 12th game in a row, 12-5 over Pittsburgh. The Orioles ended the Mariners' 8-game winning streak 4-3. The Angels improved to 6-0 versus the Dodgers this year with a 6-5 win. The Braves whipped the Mets 11-6. The Mariners mauled the Guardians 13-4. The Rockies edged the Cardinals 6-5, and the Twins topped the Yankees 4-1. Other winners were the Astros, Cubs, Diamondbacks, Nationals, Padres, Rays, and the Tigers. That's sports. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
Intercounty Energy wants you to put safety first when you're working outside this summer. Always look up to see if there are overhead power lines, and be sure to stay clear of them. For safety's sake, always hire a professional to trim trees instead of doing it yourself. Remember, a tree limb cut in the wrong place could fall on a power line and cause you a world of hurt. If you do decide to do the work yourself, always protect your eyes and hands by wearing safety glasses and gloves. Intercounty Energy cares about your safety. Look up, be alert, and stay safe.
Local high school football at Hometown Radio Network.
This is Gary True, voice of the Mercer County Football Titans. Listen to every game on WHBN.
This is Scott Bowen, voice of the Garrett County Golden Lions. Hear the games on Z105.
This is Gunnar Floyd, voice of the Danville Admirals. Listen to every Danville Admiral football game on WHIR.
This is Steve Bertram inviting you to join us for Boyle County High School football on Z105.
All games streamed live at hometownlive.net.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
All right there, Ready Joe. It's coming your way courtesy of Danville Auto Body Shop. Top-of-the-line collision auto body repair. Head to the mechanics over at Danville Auto Body Shop, 315 Delahaye. Get a free estimate, and they work with their insurance company, fixing water leaks, window motor repairs, hail damage, and paintless tint repair. Danville Auto Body Shop. All right, sunshine on this Thursday. A high today of 89, low tonight of 68. Tomorrow, sunshine and 91. Saturday, sunny and hot, 94. Sunday, sunny and hot, and 95. Right now, it's 7:51 in the morning. It's 69 degrees here in Danville, and we are so happy to have on the show Mimi Becker, who joins us this morning from the Danville Boyle County Arts Commission and has alongside her a special guest. Good morning, Mimi. How are you?
Just fine, and you?
I'm doing great, Mimi. Doing great.
Good.
Tell us who you got with you this morning.
Well, today I have with me Jimmy Korn, who is the director. I guess his correct title he could tell you, but he's the director, head of the BC PAC, Boyle County Performing Arts Center, and my helper in all things art in Boyle County Schools. So
yeah, love it. Good stuff. We've talked with Jimmy a couple times in the show before, although we have not spoken with Jimmy since the introduction, the revelation, so to say, of the 2025-26 show season, Jimmy. And this is starting off soon. We're almost a month away from 615 Collective hitting the stage at Boyle County Performing Arts Center and starting off the show season, aren't we?
Yes, just a month away. I think is that the 19th or 20th. I've got a lot of dates in my head.
Friday, September 19th.
There we go. See, I do have a little bit of a memory. They're coming in, a great group out of Nashville of singer-songwriters, written many songs from everything from Miranda Lambert to Kesha. They're actually doing a songwriting workshop with our kids while they're here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was going to ask, what is it they're doing with the kids?
Yes.
Is that what age group will get to come?
Our middle school and high school kids will be able to come to that.
That's great. How many can they accommodate? I mean, are they?
You know, I'm
really
still
flexible?
talking to them.
Yeah.
I know that 30 was a pretty standard number, but I'm going to see if I can maybe push it a little bit based on interest of what our kids
they'll
have been
love
talking
it.
about
They'll
so
love
far.
it.
Yeah, so they get to do, and that's part of the when you schedule shows, right? Like you're looking for groups that are going to come in that are going to be entertaining, but also are going to be able to lead workshops with classes. And we talked about that even last year with the show season, how you're making sure, like, and you're covering different types of drama and music and theater and lights and all of that. So, like, when you're putting a show season together, how do you make those puzzle pieces fit to where, like, all right, this looks entertaining. Can they do something, you know, educationally speaking, to benefit the kids as well?
It's a very fun puzzle because I basically do exactly what you said. I look for something instrumental music, vocal music. I look for dance, theater. I even look for people that might be able to do something with visual art, and that's few and far between in the world that I'm working in there. So sometimes I have to address those kids through other artists coming in. But then on top of that, I have to look at what is their travel schedule, what is their fee, and putting a budget together for that, what age range. Or they might do something, but they only want to work with 15 kids, and I'm like, I need to do more than that. I need to service more. So there's a lot of juggling when we put all that together.
Yes.
What about tech? Do you have groups that you say, hey, I need some tech workshops? Get some of these kids who are interested in that.
Yes. The best one that we do for tech workshops is WHIR. We've had them come in the past 2 seasons. They're coming back this year. The first year they did a great show with Tortoise and the Hare. Last year they did a Christmas show. It was our first sold-out show. That was a touring show. And this year they're coming back with a Dino Stories show in March. And they have been great about doing a workshop with our 5th graders as they come in. Arts Academy kids, they do a behind the scenes, show them how they make the outfits. They make them out of like everything from pool noodles to bicycle helmets, and how they create the effects. The kids get to try on some of the costumes, and then some of our high school kids also get to come in and help with that loading and unloading and see the backside of helping run tech in the booth with that group.
Because there, as I often try to push with people, there are jobs. I mean, tell the kids there are jobs. If you don't want to be on stage, if you're not sure you can ever do that, although many of them could if they just gave it a try. But I also say, there are electrical jobs, there are mechanical jobs, there are all kinds of jobs.
Well, even whenever we brought in Fraggle Rock last year, which was our biggest show that we brought in an entire semi of stuff, huge national tour, we really found out what our capacity was with how large of a venue we are when it comes to workers and stuff. But, they need a seamstress whenever they come in. We had someone come in and work on sewing and had a kid help with that, just simply moving the stuff in, hanging everything. They had a lot of stuff that had to be flown in. So we had lots of kids involved in the behind-the-scenes process there, and their eyes, this big around. Welcome. This is, you sit in the audience and you see a great performance, but there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes and a lot of people that make that happen.
So, and they've got stories they can go home and say, guess what I did? This is what I saw. When you see this in the show, I did some of that. It's so cool to see that.
So Fraggle Rock, you had to have a seamstress on staff, so to say. So if one of their costumes ripped or something, they could sew it back?
Oh, they could. As soon as they came in, they had large rolling closets of costumes, and some of them already had to be fixed from the previous location. And doing some steaming and other things. Yeah, you had to take care of those Muppets.
And that's not unusual. I mean, it's not anybody's fault. That happens all the time.
I've had no idea that you would have to have a seamstress on stage. It may not be unusual, but it certainly is something I didn't know.
Well, I mean, just for that show, we had to provide 16 to 20 workers behind the scenes in the hours leading up and after. Maybe not all had to be there at the same time, but we had to provide that many people to help assist in addition to everyone they brought with them. So
let me ask you this. For this upcoming show season, Jimmy, what do you think is a show that maybe people they're looking at it and they may skip over it, but you say, hey, this is a show I think you really ought to consider? Is there one that kind of pops in your head that, hey, give this show a chance because this is going to be awesome?
So there is a show in the beginning of November called The Remember Balloons, and it's based on a children's book. And it is about memory loss and Alzheimer's awareness. And the book basically tells a story of a little boy who notices all of his family have balloons, and in the balloons are memories, and his parents have a lot of balloons and his grandfather has a lot of balloons, but they begin floating away. And so it's a really interesting take on how to address Alzheimer's and memory loss with kids. We're doing a huge partnership with the Art Center, Bluegrass Art Center here in town, and with the library.
The Story Center, right?
Yes. And our sixth graders are getting ready to, strangely enough, sixth grade's diving into this children's book, and we're doing a talk with maybe the author. We're trying to work that out, but definitely with the guy that transitioned the story to the stage. And it's mostly a dance production is what's really interesting about it. But we're doing a lot of community collaboration. October is Alzheimer's Awareness Month, and so this comes right at the beginning of November. So we're hoping to have several community events and then culminate with that show at the beginning of November. So I would tell people don't pass over that one. I think it's going to be really, really good.
What age group will your student show be?
Our student show will be sixth grade, because the entire sixth grade ELA classes, the English classes, will be diving into the book and doing some work integrated into their units they're having in the school day. With Lauren Schumann. She's actually my neighbor, and she's the one kind of spearheading that for us.
You can see that, again, it's Tuesday, November 4th for, I guess, the evening public performance, and Wednesday, November the 5th at 10 o'clock in the morning as well. There's school matinee request tickets that you can get. And it seems like, I'm looking at it right now, Jimmy, real quickly, but it seems like it's kind of like, it's not a show that drags on real long. It's a 60-minute show.
60 minutes.
And so that's good for, like, kids' attention span, right? Kind of quick and to the point, and you get to see what's going on in this in kind of a quick format.
Yes, exactly.
You can get tickets to any of the shows, and there's no way we can go over each and every one of them, but go to thebcpac.com, thebcpac.com, and real quickly, Jimmy, can you buy single tickets for each show? Is there a season pass? How does that work?
Right now, we just have membership on sale, and that membership will allow you to get 30% off tickets for the season, free popcorn, you get some free t-shirt and glass, but individual tickets go on sale for all shows through December, starting September 1.
Okay, all right, so September the 1st, so we're coming up in a couple of weeks then, so I did misspeak. I'm a couple weeks ahead of myself.
Yes, but if you buy that membership, you can buy them now.
Go ahead and get them now, thebcpac.com. Jimmy Korn, the director of the Boyle County Performing Arts Center, and Mimi Becker, Danville Boyle County Arts Commission. Appreciate you all being in here this morning. Absolutely. It's 7:59 in the morning. Coming up in the 8 o'clock in the morning hour, we'll see what's going on in the Sort of Sports Report. We'll have Randyisms as well on here. Randy Graham's thoughts at 8:20. 8:40, James the Gardener joins the show, giving us some gardening tips tips, and 9 o'clock in the morning this morning at 9:35. It is a Morning Point Thursday as Kristen joins the show here on WHIR Danville News Talk Sports. We are halfway home. It is 8 o'clock in the morning here on the Joe Show on the very less exciting second day of school. It's 8 o'clock.
This is the talk of the town, AM 1230, and now on FM 103.9, WHIR Danville, powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
It's 8 o'clock.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. More National Guard troops hit the streets of Washington, D.C. overnight as the Trump administration expands its anti-crime patrols in the nation's capital, turning the effort into a 24/7 operation. The White House claims that more than 100 arrests have been made since the president announced the federal takeover of the police department and the deployment of the National Guard. European leaders are urging President Trump not to act unilaterally on a potential peace deal with Ukraine. More from Rory O'Neill.
In a virtual meeting, leaders of France, Germany, and some other NATO allies joined with Ukrainian President Zelensky to urge President Trump to get Russia's Vladimir Putin to agree to an immediate ceasefire, and that territorial issues cannot be negotiated without Ukraine's participation. President Zelensky traveled to 10 Downing Street Thursday to meet with the British Prime Minister ahead of the Trump-Putin meeting Friday in Alaska.
Thousands of Los Angeles area school kids are heading back to school today as classes start in the nation's second largest school district. Mark Mayfield with more.
Today is the first day of the LAUSD 2025-2026 school year. The district is implementing measures to ensure the safe passage of children and parents to and from school amid heightened concerns of federal immigration raids. Hundreds of volunteers, district employees, and police are set to patrol near dozens of schools and set up safe zones in areas that have a large Latino student population.
Taylor Swift got emotional when talking about what she went through to regain the rights to her music. She talked about the effort Wednesday on the New Heights podcast that's hosted by her boyfriend, Travis Kelce, and his brother, Jason. The Grammy winner announced a new album coming out in October, but also discussed the 6 years to get the rights to her music back after they were sold to record executive Scooter Braun. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
To provide a better life for your family. The only problem is that you now have a tax bill that you can't afford to pay. The IRS is now threatening to garnish your wages and put a levy on your bank account. You can't ignore the IRS. They won't go away on their own. You need help, and you need it now. Give us a call now, and we'll create a plan of action for you that we guarantee will work. Stop the harassing phone calls. Stop the threatening letters. Stop wage garnishments. Stop any bank levies. And most importantly, put an end to your tax nightmare once and for all. If you have a tax debt of $10,000 or more, call the Tax Pros at United Tax Fix today. Representatives are standing by to assist you. Call 800-762-2768. That's 800-762-2768. 800-762-2768. Call now.
The state of New York is suing Zelle. Tammy Trujillo with details.
Attorney General Letitia James filed a complaint Wednesday and said security lapses on the banking platform have allowed scam artists to steal over $1 billion from consumers. Zelle's parent company is owned by 7 major U.S. banks, including Bank of America, Chase, and Wells Fargo. James claims the banks knew for years the platform was vulnerable to scam artists, but resisted basic safeguards. Zelle claims the fraud starts when criminals trick people into sending money, and that holding the platform liable could lead to higher fees for consumers.
The percentage of American adults who say they consume alcohol is reaching a record low. Chris Coraggio with details.
According to a recent Gallup poll, only 54% of respondents said they consume alcohol, and the low metric was repeated across several demographics, including gender, race, and age. Polling also found that adults age 35 and older were more likely to drink than their younger counterparts, and more men reportedly drank alcohol than women. The poll's findings come during a growing shift in Americans' belief on drinking and health effects.
Today is your day if you're looking for a summer treat. More from Bree Tennis.
Today is National Creamsicle Day. That's vanilla ice cream on a stick covered with a layer of orange sherbet. It's a classic ice cream bar dating back to 1937, and it's a throwback favorite reportedly loved by Selena Gomez, Jennifer Gardner, and Taylor Swift. And it's just part of the nearly 4 gallons of ice cream the average American eats every year.
3 men have been charged with stealing over $2 million from an armored truck in Philadelphia. Prosecutors said Wednesday that 3 men in their 30s have been charged with robbery, interfering with interstate commerce, and use of a firearm to commit a violent crime. The men are accused of carrying out a daytime robbery of a Brinks armored car last June outside a Home Depot in Philadelphia. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Pioneer Playhouse is celebrating 76 years in the Bluegrass. We are Kentucky's oldest outdoor theater, and we're right here in Danville. Don't miss our 76th anniversary season Under the Stars. Check out our brand new 75 Years Under the Stars exhibit, Good Rockin' Tonight. Elvis Presley and his rockabilly queen, Wanda Jackson, August 14th, 15th, and 16th. Dinner 7 p.m. and show at 8 p.m. That's an earlier start time. Join us for a night of celebrating Elvis and the vibrant music he made with Wanda Jackson, the undisputed queen of rockabilly. This is a musical extravaganza you won't want to miss. 2 Elvises, 1 Wanda, live music by Kelly Caldwell and Kashmir. Pioneer Playhouse is located at 840 Stanford Road in Danville, Kentucky. 859-236-2747 or go to pioneerplayhouse.com for tickets. When the sun goes down, the stars come out at Pioneer Playhouse.
Hi, it's Daryl, the cigar sommelier and owner of Smoke and Bourbon. I know you guys have been waiting, but the wait is over. We are now open for business. So come on down to Smoke and Bourbon, where you can smoke, sip, and chill.
Central Kentucky's newest cigar bar in Danville by the bowling alley in the Greenleaf Shopping Center. This big boss atmosphere is veteran-owned with connoisseur quality cigars and bourbon, creating a social destination. For more information, go to smoke-in-bourbon.com.
Now open. Planning a wedding? Paying for a wedding? Attending a wedding? Hi, this is Pim Fitzgerald-Clark with Wedding Planning with Pim, inviting you to join us Monday through Friday after the 8:30 morning news on WHIR AM 1230. I'll give you sound wedding planning advice and money-saving tips, information you need, and you'll get it all right here at your favorite radio station, WHIR AM 1230.
Well, good morning to you. It's Thursday. It's the 14th day of August, 69 degrees here as the kids head back to their second day of school. We got a forecast coming your way, news coming your way as well right now on The Joe Show. This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. Pioneer Days is back today. The festival kicks off tonight at 5 o'clock with the Disney Princess Show and Meet and Greet. The Baby Show will happen at 7, and then at 8 o'clock, the second half of the Disney Show will feature Disney villains. Other events today include inflatables, yard games, picnic areas, and a giant mural. It begins tonight at the Old Fort Herod State Park. A man was arrested in Washington County after a traffic stop revealed drugs. It happened Monday around 11:30 in the evening when Washington County deputies pulled a vehicle over at the 5-Star gas station in Springfield. K-9 Viper alerted the deputy of potential drugs in the vehicle, and after a search, 2 baggies were found containing heroin and methamphetamine, as well as a glass pipe and a handgun. 33-year-old Jordan Young was hit with 4 different charges and was lodged in jail. And flags are at half-staff at office buildings today through sunset in honor of a Korean War soldier whose remains were only recently identified. U.S. Army Private First Class Roger Fields, a native of Perry County, was killed in action on December the 1st of 1950 in North Korea. Fields will be interred at the Kentucky Veterans Cemetery in Clay County today. All individuals, businesses, and organizations are encouraged to join in the flag-lowering tribute. And slow down in work zones. And if not, you could be issued a steep fine. Kentucky is implementing a new law that allows for cameras to be set up in work zones. And if you're caught speeding through them, you could get a hefty ticket. Earlier this year, a law was passed that authorized the use of automated speed detection equipment in work zones. When you pass through those areas, you may not see a law enforcement officer, but the technology works so that the speed can be relayed to law enforcement nearby. Drivers that are then pulled over by police because of that can face a $500 fine. The Transportation Cabinet says they will begin installing those specialized speed cameras this summer and fall in select work zones, and then will build the program over the next few years. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
Listen to us on your smart speaker. Just ask to play our call letters. WHIR.
Paid for by government. Did you hear? A recent stash of $10 gold Liberty coins from the 1800s has been found. These gorgeous gold coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck in the late 1800s. And less than 200 of these gold coins are available. Coin experts are calling this gold find an incredible opportunity. Call 1-800-222-3967 and you are guaranteed a $10 gold Liberty coin minted by the U.S. Mint in the 1800s. But with extremely limited availability, you must call now. These gold Liberty coins from the 1800s are still in uncirculated condition. That is history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-222-3967. Call now and you'll receive a free American Coin Collector's Bonus Package, a $40 value, free with every order. Call 1-800-222-3967 now to secure your $10 gold Liberty coins dated from the 1800s before they sell out. That's 1-800-222-3967.
This Joe Show Weather Report is brought to you by...
Okay, Rayleigh Jofus, it's brought to you by our friends over at the Big Deals online store, hometownlive.net. Shop and save on gift certificates to local businesses at big-time discounts, up to 50% every single day. The Big Deals online store, hometownlive.net. Sunshine and 90 is your high. Low tonight of 68. Tomorrow, sunny and 91. On Saturday, sunny and hot and 94. Sunday, sunny and hot and 95. Right now, it's 8:11 in the morning. 859-238-9447 is the phone number to call in here this morning. 238-WHIR. So glad that you're on the Joe Show on this Thursday morning as we see what's going on in the Sort of Sports Report. Here we go, starting off in the NBA, where this coming NBA season we'll see Inside the NBA on ESPN for the first time. Initial reporting on what the ESPN version of the show might look like seems to be giving fans cause for concern. On TNT, the show typically had a running time of between 40 and 50 minutes. ESPN's reportedly planning to shave it down to 30, which would inevitably mean a few popular segments would be cut. In addition, there also seems to be the possibility that the show could be off for 2 months between opening day and Christmas Day. It's also possible the information was put out as a way to gauge fan reaction to the changes and give the network a chance to make changes to their changes. There you go. On Monday, 2 members of the House Judiciary Committee sent letters to the Commissioner of the National Football League, National Basketball Association, National Hockey League, and Major League Baseball, asking for information concerning the cost and efficiency of watching sporting events in the streaming era. The next day, Republican Jim Jordan couldn't confirm if the committee would be asking officials from the league to appear in a hearing. The focal point is how streaming service competition has made it so that fans need multiple services to be able to watch their teams for an entire season. In the letters, the leagues have been asked to defend the antitrust protection that they're afforded by the Sports Broadcasting Act. Fantasy football draft season is starting to heat up. In fact, I've been doing a couple of mock drafts already. Our Fantasy Football League draft is Sunday, August 31st. Managers everywhere doing the research and plotting strategies to score the best team possible. Here are a few tips from someone who's already gone through multiple drafts. This person says if your league is tight end mandatory, Brock Bowers is the no doubt best option this season, and it's never too early to land him. Rookies are undervalued assets that can make a season. I will agree with that. Jaden Daniels made my season, and Brock Bowers did last year, especially running backs like R.J. Harvey and Jaden Blue. Don't be afraid to wait on quarterback. If you miss out on one of the top signal callers, there are still plenty of solid options, even past the 6th round, so don't sweat it. The late rounds are where you swing for the fences. Think rookies and sleeper candidates. Totally agree. And then the last couple of rounds are where you should finally land your kickers and defenses. Never go early on those picks. They say it's just not worth it. And again, I agree. I did win our fantasy championship last year. Hey, Little League World Series news. Here's the call as Connecticut beat Texas 1-0 in the Little League World Series yesterday.
Yes, it is! Luca Pellegrini. 1 hit, 11 strikeouts, and Connecticut wins an incredible game, 1-0 over Texas.
And in UFC news, Dana White makes it clear that UFC fighters' pay will go up even without pay-per-view events.
Yeah. These are. Listen, I'm not going to have any comments on that yet because we still got to get together and figure this stuff out. It's August. We have till January to figure all that stuff. But the low-hanging fruit that's easy to answer, bonuses are obviously going up. So, that'll be big. And just forget about the tide rising with all the other fighters. I mean, just the number that the bonuses bring to a fighter is, that's millions of dollars.
There you go. That's what's going on in this morning's sort of sports report. We have more sports coming your way next with the Big Daddy, Steve Bertram, who lets us know what's going on locally around the state and nation.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. The Kentucky high school football season kicks off 1 week from tomorrow night. Hometown Radio will bring you area football action for Boyle County, Danville, Garrett County, and Mercer County. A week from Friday night, Danville hosts Fort Knox under first-year head coach Steve Stonebreaker for the Admirals, while Garrett County faces North Bullitt at Lincoln County. A week from Saturday night, Boyle County takes on Bullitt East at Bowling Green High, and Mercer County entertains Tate's Creek at Alvis Johnson Field. All these games will be on Hometown Radio and live around the world at hometownlive.net. Other area action next Friday finds Lincoln County hosting Madison Southern and Anderson County at Washington County, while Casey County visits Fleming County Saturday. Kentucky men's basketball has completed its schedule for the 25-26 campaign. UK opens up officially on November 4th against Nicholls State, followed by Valparaiso on November 7th. The Cats play Louisville on November 11th, followed by Eastern Illinois on November 12th. Follow the Wildcats all season long on Z105. In Major League Baseball yesterday, Hunter Green threw 6 excellent innings, and Miguel Andujar hit a grand slam as Cincinnati shut out Philadelphia 8-0 to win 2 out of 3 with the Phillies. The Reds are off today and host baseball's hottest team, the Milwaukee Brewers, Friday night. The Brewers won their 12th game in a row, 12-5 over Pittsburgh. The Orioles ended the Mariners' 8-game winning streak 4-3. The Angels improved to 6-0 versus the Dodgers this year with a 6-5 win. The Braves whipped the Mets 11-6. The Mariners mauled the Guardians 13-4. The Rockies edged the Cardinals 6-5, and the Twins topped the Yankees 4-1. Other winners were the Astros, Cubs, Diamondbacks, Nationals, Padres, Rays, and the Tigers. That's sports. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
Big Deal Store is rolling out those summer savings for you. You can purchase a $50 gift certificate from B&O Jewelers for just $29, or get this, 4 $50 gift certificates, a $200 value for just $100. That means you only pay half price. Stay in style with a visit to Anderson's Lifestyle Boutique in Danville. Get a $50 gift certificate for only $35. $10 gift certificates to the Bread of Life in Liberty are just $7. Give that sweet tooth what it wants at Sweets by Cindy in Junction City. $10 gift certificates are half price, just $5. Applebee's Grill and Bar in Danville. Get a $10 gift certificate for just $7.50. $22 Pioneer Playhouse gift certificates are back. You get an entertaining $5 savings at just $17. Come clean with a visit to Thoroughbred Auto Wash in Danville. $20 car washes are just half price at $10. Check out these and many more great savings at our Big Deals online store at hometownlive.net. hometownlive.net. Get off on the right foot at Danville Bike and Footwear, where you'll find walking, running, and trail shoes from Brooks,
Crocs, Saucony, and Asics, along with a wide selection of insoles for maximum comfort. Danville Bike and Footwear features Garmin watches with advanced wellness features that track all the ways you move, from running, cycling, swimming, to Pilates, high-intensity workouts, and more. Make your way into Danville Bike and Footwear, 417 West Main Street in beautiful downtown Danville, a place where adventure and comfort ride together.
Thinking about buying a home, starting a business, or tackling a renovation? Whitaker Bank is here to help you make it happen. This is Ronald Howard. I'm a loan officer at Whitaker Bank in Danville. We understand that every financial decision is personal. That's why we offer local expertise and reliable service. Let's find the right solution for you. Call me at 859-236-9822 today, and let's take the next step together. Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
Okay, Rayleigh Joe, it's brought to you by the Little Sign Shop. But our new owners and operators, they offer all types of quality signs at affordable prices, many within 24 hours. They're in Danville, where 2nd and 4th Streets meet. Call them, 859-238-7391. Sunshine, a high today of 89, low tonight of 68. Sunshine and 91 tomorrow. Sunny and hot, 94 on Saturday. Sunny and hot, 95 on Sunday. It's 8:20 in the morning, Thursday, the 14th day of August. It is 69 degrees as well. 859-238-WHIR is the phone number to call in here this morning, 238-9447, as we see what's gone on this date, August the 14th in history. That's made this date a date to remember. Starting off on this date in 1935, where the Social Security Act signed by FDR became law, creating unemployment insurance and pension plans for the elderly. Happened on this date, 1935.
As part of the Federal Social Security Act, it was backed by all parties in Congress and passed by an overwhelming majority. It was signed by President Roosevelt and became law on August 14, 1935. Throughout the land, industry and labor joined in this new attack on unemployment and insecurity.
There you go. On this date, 1965, the first nuclear ship named for an African-American, the USS George Washington Carver, was launched. I love it. Sounds like I'm at a Danville football game right now or something. Launched at Newport News, Virginia in June of 1991 after completing 73 strategic deterrent patrols. Carver, the vessel, began a new career as a fast attack submarine for the Pacific Fleet, ultimately decommissioned in March of 1893. And it was on this date, 2017, President Donald Trump condemned racist violence.
To anyone who acted criminally in this weekend's racist violence, you will be held fully accountable. Justice will be delivered.
And that's what's gone on this date in history that's made this day a date to remember. Randy Isms has his thoughts, the thoughts of Randy Graham. These are Randy Graham's thoughts. Take it away, Randy.
Good morning, Sir Joe in the Know, and what another great day it is to get up and get at 'em. Well, Joe, I saw there's this new book being promoted on different networks about how to be happy, authored by a man named Arthur Brooks, titled The Happiness Files. I mean, imagine that, Joe, a book to tell us how to be happy. Well, I thought that book was already in existence, titled The Bible, which all good books on such subjects come from. Albeit I understand someone writing such a book because there's a lot of unhappy people out there in spite of the Bible being the #1 bestseller of all books every year. And as such, keep some publishing companies in existence, which proves saturation is an impossibility when it comes to the world of selling. If not for the simple reason that every year there's a new group of 18-year-olds coming into existence. But the problem is, Joe, not everyone will read or study the Bible, especially liberals, so there are a lot of unhappy people in the world who happen to reside in the Democrat Party, especially the self-proclaimed intellectual idiots. I mean, elites. Excuse me, I mean the smartest people in the world, better known as left-leaning liberal progressives, who find their home in the Democrat Party. So thank goodness there are such people as Arthur Brooks who will pen such documents as the Happiness Files that today's unhappy people will read. Folks, got to keep a sense of humor. Sometimes life's too serious to take serious. I mean, keeping a sense of humor is one of the keys to keeping someone happy. What, you don't believe that left-leaning liberals or most Democrats are unhappy? I mean, just like all those congressmen and women who suffer from Trump deranged syndrome, where Trump lives rent-free in their brain, has led to many congressmen and women and leaders dropping the F-bomb. Or you ever watch CNN or MSNBC? I mean, after a continuous deluge with such garbage, I'd be unhappy too. And ironically, that's one of the things the author said to stay away from. Not necessarily CNN or MSNBC, but a constant deluge of the news that has a tendency to be negative. I mean, you never hear the story of the good little boy that helped the little old lady cross the street. No, we hear about the little old lady being hit by a car crossing the street. Sensationalizing to get ratings. Or lying in the case of often CNN or MSNBC. But all one has to do is look at many of these people's faces or their countenance where their unhappiness has become a permanent fixture. I mean, just think of California Congresswoman Maxine Waters. Imagine waking up to that look in the middle of the night, talking about children having nightmares. And even facial countenance can be backed up scientifically or physically, because the fact is, you know, it takes more muscles to frown than to smile. And if you're constantly frowning and building up those muscles, guess what? One's face is going to start showing a permanent look, like Maxine Waters. When the fact is, it takes fewer muscles to smile, and there are those whose face show that as well. No, it's no different than the bodybuilder who works his or her muscles. But Joe, it was interesting but not surprising that his book all went back to the importance of, yes, faith, family, friends, and physical activity, which ironically, again, the author said is something we should do every day is exercise. An hour a day in the gym if possible, at least some activity. You know, the fact is, we, meaning human beings, and that would include liberal Democrats, have a thing called endorphin glands, which when we exercise give off a thing called endorphins, which are like our own little drug factory that the body secretes. That those who study such things say that endorphins are 1,000 times more powerful than morphine, and as a result, we are put on a natural high. And why, even after the pain of exercise, we have a satisfied feeling when we sit down. Whether after lifting weights, running, walking, or just riding a bicycle. And you don't even have to be wearing a plastic beanie or leotard tights when riding the bicycle either in order to get endorphin glands popping. By the way, have you noticed we see less of these beanies and leotard tights nowadays, that the fad has stopped, albeit after diminishing the width of our roadways and the investments of millions of dollars into bicycle lanes? Talking not getting the biggest bang for your buck, but at least the liberals and politicians are happy. And Joe, I like riding bikes. I'm just not in favor of wearing beanies or leotard tights. Just come from a generation where back then you wore tennis shoes, short pants, and a tank top. Besides, it's too much like wearing stockings, at least for a man. Too much like trying to stuff a marshmallow into a thimble. But it takes all kinds to make up the world. Just understand that life's a risk. Getting married's a risk. Walking across the street's a risk. Riding a bicycle is a risk. It's all a risk. Hey, Joe, you know how risky life is? Ain't none of us going to get out alive, so I just assume not to wear the plastic beanie. But the author also talked about the importance of friends and family, and can explain why they say the younger youth and on their smartphones and iPads are having a problem in interacting with others and building friendships. Yeah, fact is, in human nature, we just feed off each other, don't we? That's just the way God made us, and so glad he did. That's why dear old Dan, the Gipper, who will be 97 this next birthday, and who was my high school basketball coach at my alma mater, good old Boyle County High School. Rebels, R-E-B-E-L-S, rebels. But having outlived all his high school classmates, told my siblings and I that the key to having friends as one ages is to develop younger friendships as well. And why Dad meets for lunch every Friday with a group of younger friends and meets regularly with college basketball players he coached. Helps one keep engaged and, yes, happy. Yes, no man, meaning mankind, is an island unto themselves. As the old song that we're taught in high school, choirs, lyrics read. It's just said, it's just the way God made us. By the way, Joe, talking the importance of exercise and being happy, dear old Dad defended his title again this past Saturday in the senior games and throwing the shot put and taking home the gold, even breaking his best of last year. Some might say, well, why would a 96-year-old man want to play a senior games and throw the shot put? Well, in addition to competitive spirit, he understands, like the author, the importance of being psychologically engaged and getting those endorphins popping. So, yes, one gets on a natural high. But it's really more than that, Joe. It's an example for others as well. Yes, children and grandchildren, in knowing what can be done, while teaching the importance of having dreams and setting new goals. Because a person who stops dreaming is dead on the inside, waiting to die on the outside. And while we should never be afraid of trying new things, because when you're green, you're growing, but when you're ripe, you're rot. So we want to be, green and growing, don't we? And never giving up. By not competing with others, but competing with ourselves. And with the attitude of never giving up. Yeah, faith, friends, family, and physical activity are essential for keeping us happy. And since all these type Bud books come from the one main books, we can have a choice. Purchasing the book The Happiness Files by Arthur Brooks for our liberal friends, or for conservatives reading the Bible, authored by God.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Louisville Metro Police continue to search for the gunman who shot and killed a woman while she walked a child to a bus stop.
We do have a description of a young black male dressed in a red hoodie and black sweatpants.
That's LMPD Chief Paul Humphrey releasing surveillance photos of a new suspect. They're posted on social media. The shooting happened around 8 o'clock Wednesday morning near 10th and West Chestnut Streets in the Russell neighborhood. Police initially took a 15-year-old boy into custody, but later released him after determining he was not the shooter. Meantime, police arrested a second teenager in last week's gunfire that happened in the same area. The 15-year-old suspect is facing dozens of charges of wanton endangerment and possession of a gun by a minor. Police are not sure at this time if the fatal shooting is related to last week's gunfire. New details released following the death of a young boy in Breathitt County. On Tuesday, 33-year-old Felicia Gross allegedly confessed to giving her son, 10-year-old Jaden Spicer, sleeping medication. She then told investigators that she buried her son's body in the wooded area near Canoe Road after believing the boy died from a medical emergency. She also allegedly admitted to coaching her two other sons before they were interviewed by police after Jaden was reported missing. Gross is in custody on multiple charges, which include manslaughter, corpse abusing, and falsely reporting an incident. Nearly 75 years after a Perry County soldier was killed in the Korean War, his remains are being laid to rest. Back in 1950, 20-year-old Roger Fields was killed in a battle in North Korea. In May this year, Fields' remains were positively identified. This week, Fields' remains were brought back to Kentucky and will be laid to rest on Thursday during a service with full military honors. Governor Andy Beshear has ordered the flags at all state buildings be lowered to half staff on Thursday in his memory. I'm Lee Mowen.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Roll out those lazy, hazy, crazy days of summer.
Big Deal Store is rolling out those summer savings for you. You can purchase a $50 gift certificate from B&O Jewelers for just $29. Or get this, 4 $50 gift certificates, a $200 value for just $100. That means you only pay half price. Stay in style with a visit to Anderson's Lifestyle Boutique in Danville. Get a $50 gift certificate for only $35. $10 gift certificates to the Bread of Life in Liberty are just $7. Give that sweet tooth what it wants at Sweets by Cindy in Junction City. $10 gift certificates are half price, is $5. Applebee's Grill and Bar in Danville, get a $10 gift certificate for just $7.50. $22 Pioneer Playhouse gift certificates are back. You get an entertaining $5 savings at just $17. Come clean with a visit to Thoroughbred Auto Wash in Danville. $20 car washes are just half price at $10. Check out these and many more great savings at our Big Deals online store at hometownlive.net. hometownlive.net.
This is Caraway at Mattresses and More on Houstonville Road in Danville. If you are looking for new furniture or bedding, stop by and check us out. New items arriving weekly, and we sell off the floor. Buy it today and take it home today. We offer layaway and 12 months same as cash with approved credit.
Thank you, Caraway. Again, buy it today, take it home today. Living room suits, bedroom suits, dinette sets, recliners, and more. From Mattresses and More, Southland Plaza next to Ace Hardware.
I went to ride Hatfield Chevrolet, and they had me
Driving in my car, going very far, down the street in my car.
If you want to ride, go to RodHatfieldChevy.com. Rod Hatfield Chevrolet, Lexington, Kentucky.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. Pioneer Days is back today. The festival kicks off tonight at 5 o'clock with a Disney Princess Show and Meet and Greet. The Baby Show will happen at 7, and then at 8 o'clock, the second half of the Disney Show will feature Disney villains. Other events today include inflatables, yard games, picnic areas, and a giant mural. It begins tonight at the Old Fort Herod State Park. A man was arrested in Washington County after a traffic stop revealed drugs. It happened Monday around 11:30 in the evening when Washington County deputies pulled a vehicle over at the 5-Star gas station in Springfield. K-9 Viper alerted the deputy of potential drugs in the vehicle, and after a search, 2 baggies were found containing heroin and methamphetamine, as well as a glass pipe and a handgun. 33-year-old Jordan Young was hit with 4 different charges and was lodged in jail. And flags are at half-staff at office buildings today through sunset in honor of a Korean War soldier whose remains were only recently identified. U.S. Army Private First Class Roger Fields, a native of Perry County, was killed in action on December the 1st of 1950 in North Korea. Fields will be interred at the Kentucky Veterans Cemetery in Clay County today. All individuals, businesses, and organizations are encouraged to join in the flag-lowering tribute. And slow down in work zones, and if not, you could be issued a steep fine. Kentucky is implementing a new law that allows for cameras to be set up in work zones, and if you're caught speeding through them, you could get a hefty ticket. Earlier this year, a law was passed that authorized the use of automated speed detection equipment in work zones. When you pass through those areas, you may not see a law enforcement officer, but the technology works so that the speed can be relayed to law enforcement nearby. Drivers that are then pulled over by police because of that can face a $500 fine. The Transportation Cabinet says they will begin installing those specialized speed cameras this summer and fall in select work zones, and then will build the program over the next few years. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
Hi there, me again, your radio. I thought what we'd do this time is go to the email bag, answer some of your questions. So our first email comes from Bob. He writes, Dear Radio, I run a small furniture store in town and I'm looking to grow my business. Do you have any suggestions? Well, Bob, to be successful, you need to reach out to new customers on an ongoing basis. That's where I come in. Radio reaches around 93% of the population each week, making it a great way to get the word out about your business. And radio delivers results at a fraction of the cost of other media, making it a great investment. Okay, our next email is from Bert. He says, Dear Radio, I took a young lady out on a first date. After 20 minutes of talking, she went to the ladies' room to powder her nose. It's been 4 months since I've seen her. What do you suggest I do? Well, Bert, that's a tough one, but I'd consider maybe a woman with a smaller nose.
Promote your business to thousands of potential customers every week. To learn more, go online to advertisecentralkentucky.com. That's advertisecentralkentucky.com.
Experience family fun with a Kentucky twist at Kentucky Kingdom Theme and Water Park. New for 2025, surround yourself with the beauty of Kentucky as you explore Discovery Meadow, a delightful new adventure featuring exciting new rides, beloved characters, and tasty treats to savor. Create unforgettable family memories while celebrating the bold spirit of Kentucky. Get 2 days of fun for one great price. Buy online only for just $49.99 at KentuckyKingdom.com/special offer.
Configuring the Bluetooth, deciding who controls the music, remembering where you parked. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your vehicle doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like remembering if you're on the 3rd or 4th level of the parking garage. That's simple human sense.
Ask Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance Agency in Danville if auto owners make sense for you. Call me, Mark Dexter, or Chris Reitmeyer at 236-6686.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by
All right there, Rayleigh Jofus. It's coming your way courtesy of the Big Deals online store, hometownlive.net. Shop and save on gift certificates to local businesses at big-time discounts, up to 50% every single day. Big Deals online store, hometownlive.net. Sunshine, a high today of 90, a low tonight of 68. Tomorrow, sunshine and 91. Saturday, 94. Sunday, 95. It's 8:38 in the morning. It is 70 degrees. Pimmer, what's going on with your wedding planning with Pim?
Hi, I'm Pim Stewart-Clark, and this is Wedding Planning with Pim. As mother of the bride, you may find yourself playing the role of reception planner and hostess. The party after the wedding should be fun time. Forget the candle that wouldn't light and the one missing centerpiece. Now's not the time to stress over not having enough napkins. Instead, mingle as much as possible and enjoy the party you worked so hard to plan. Very often, distant family members only get together at weddings and funerals, so spend as much time as you can visiting with guests, sitting down to talk. You can make this an opportunity to catch up on everyone's lives. Many brides, in looking back on their wedding day, say they wish they had had more time to speak with their friends and relatives. So give a gentle reminder that the time between the first two courses offers a great opportunity to work the room. Older guests tend to leave early, so the new Mr. and Mrs. will want to be sure to visit them early in the festivities. Get the best pictures. If the photographer seems to have taken all of the required shots, steer him towards some great photo ops developing before your eyes. Get a shot of the flower girl and ring bearer taking a turn around the dance floor. The grandparents holding hands by the ice sculpture. My love note for today, supply each guest table with a throwaway camera for those fun, candid shots. These are the moments the bride and groom miss.
Do Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms keep coming back? Tremfya, guselkumab, may help, with rapid remission achieved at 12 weeks and lasting clinical remission at 1 year. Some even saw visible improvement of their intestinal lining at 12 weeks and 1 year. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Approximately 3 out of 10 patients were in endoscopic remission at 1 year, based on areas visualized on colonoscopy, which may not represent the deeper bowel layer or entire GI tract. Individual results may vary. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
Hey, it's Matt, your leaf filter trusted pro. Gutters are an often neglected part of the home. They're also one of the most important. Clogged, overflowing gutters can cause serious problems like foundation damage or basement flooding, which can cost thousands of dollars to fix. Let's face it, cleaning gutters yourself is not only a hassle, it can be dangerous. But when you get Leaf Filter, you'll never have to worry about cleaning clogged gutters again. Get started today by visiting leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free inspection. If you decide to move forward, we'll professionally clean, realign, and seal your gutters before installing our patented stainless steel micro mesh system. Leaf Filter keeps out everything but the water. And it's backed by a lifetime transferable no clogs warranty. So you're protected for good. We're in your neighborhood and ready to help. Visit Leaf Filter today for a free inspection and estimate, and you could save up to 30%. Visit leaffilter.com/deal. That's leaffilter.com/deal.
Julie Falters, and I live in Harrodsburg. Christy Welch is my agent, and she is spectacular. She is very informative. She understands the market. She knows pricing. She was so helpful. She really understood on where to set my prices. I've known Christy for a long time. She is an excellent business owner, very honest, got great integrity. So I would definitely recommend Welch Home.
Jones Real Estate. Welcome home with Welch Jones.
The Hometown Radio Network Sports Broadcast Schedule. NASCAR racing is at Richmond Raceway this Saturday. The Cookout 400, 6:30 pre-race, 7:30 green flag drop for Saturday night racing. We'll have it on 103.9 FM, WHIR. And high school football kicks off Friday, August 22nd. And the Pigskin Report is back at Dairy Queen of Harrodsburg, Monday, August the 18th from 6 o'clock until 7 on WHIR and WHBN for high school football.
Talk Kentucky Sports, weekday mornings at 10 with Matt Jones and Kentucky Sports Radio, right here on AM 1230 WHIR.
It's 8:43 in the morning, 859-238-WHIR, 238-9447. It's 8:44 in the morning, and we're going to see what's going on in Grub Gab, the world of food where you can just eat it, folks. Here we go. Oh, you all know I love Taco Bell, and with 2 decades of cult status under its belt, the Baja Blast is getting a brand new flavor. Taco Bell is adding Mountain Dew Baja Midnight to menus today, and this is no limited edition run. This soda's getting on the permanent menu. So what's it taste like? Well, the purple drink is described as a passion fruit spin on a citrusy classic, and you can get it 2 ways. The Baja Midnight Drink, which is a soda straight up in liquid form, or the Baja Midnight Freeze, which is like a slushie. To celebrate its arrival, Taco Bell is giving rewards members a free medium Baja Midnight tomorrow, August 15th, with a $5 app order. They're also teasing more Baja flavored treats coming soon, including gelato, cinnamon twists, and a Baja Blast pie. That'll be interesting. M&M's continually surprises fans with new flavors around this time of year, and they all seem to be about the cream. First, it was the strawberry and cream flavor around Valentine's Day. Then, for summer, they gave the original vanilla cream flavor a comeback, and now they're rolling out another cream candy. It's called Cookies and Cream. We know all that. We all know about that one. These feature white and dark chocolate centers with flavor notes of cookies and cream. Hardcore M&M's lovers might think they look and sound nearly identical to the Halloween cookies and scream flavor, which were discontinued 3 years ago. This limited edition flavor available now, but grab them while you can because they're only sticking around through the end of summer. And Papa John's is stepping up its flavor game with a new 5-cheese crust pizza. It's basically the garlic bread and pizza mashup of our dreams. The combo takes their original dough, coats it in garlic parm sauce, and seasons the crust with an Italian 5-cheese blend of parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, and provolone. If your mouth is already watering, you'll want to jump on this pie soon. The 5-cheese crust pizza is available at participating Papa John's locations across the country, but only for a limited time. Papa John's bakes up a new garlic 5-cheese crust pizza. M&M's launches a new cookies and cream flavor, and Taco Bell introduces a new Mountain Dew Baja Blast Midnight flavor. Grub Gab, the world of food where you can always just eat it, right here on The Joe Show. Yeah. It's 8:46 in the morning. We see what's gone on this date in rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history. It's coming your way next.
Hey, it's Matt, your leaf filter trusted pro. Gutters are an often neglected part of the home. They're also one of the most important. Clogged, overflowing gutters can cause serious problems like foundation damage or basement flooding, which can cost thousands of dollars to fix. Let's face it, cleaning gutters yourself is not only a hassle, it can be dangerous. But when you get Leaf Filter, you'll never have to worry about cleaning clogged gutters again. Get started today by visiting leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free inspection. If you decide to move forward, we'll professionally clean, realign, and seal your gutters before installing our patented stainless steel micro mesh system. Leaf Filter keeps out everything but the water. And it's backed by a lifetime transferable no clogs warranty. So you're protected for good. We're in your neighborhood and ready to help. Visit Leaf Filter today for a free inspection and estimate, and you could save up to 30%. Visit leaffilter.com/deal. That's leaffilter.com/deal.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. The Kentucky High School football season kicks off 1 week from tomorrow night. Hometown Radio will bring you area football action for Boyle County, Danville, Garrett County, and Mercer County. A week from Friday night, Danville hosts Fort Knox under first-year head coach Steve Stonebreaker for the Admirals, while Garrett County faces North Bullitt at Lincoln County. A week from Saturday night, Boyle County takes on Bullitt East at Bowling Green High, and Mercer County entertains Tate's Creek at Alvis Johnson Field. All these games will be on Hometown Radio and live around the world at hometownlive.net. Other area action next Friday finds Lincoln County hosting Madison Southern and Anderson County at Washington County, while Casey County visits Fleming County Saturday. Kentucky men's basketball has completed its schedule for the 25-26 campaign. UK opens up officially on November 4th against Nicholls State, followed by Valparaiso on November 7th. The Cats play Louisville on November 11th, followed by Eastern Illinois on November 12th. Follow the Wildcats all season long on Z105. In Major League Baseball yesterday, Hunter Green threw 6 excellent innings, and Miguel Andujar hit a grand slam as Cincinnati shut out Philadelphia 8-0 to win 2 out of 3 with the Phillies. The Reds are off today and host baseball's hottest team, the Milwaukee Brewers, Friday night. The Brewers won their 12th game in a row, 12-5 over Pittsburgh. The Orioles ended the Mariners' 8-game winning streak, 4-3. The Angels improved to 6-0 versus the Dodgers this year with a 6-5 win. The Braves whipped the Mets 11-6. The Mariners mauled the Guardians 13-4. The Rockies edged the Cardinals 6-5, and the Twins topped the Yankees 4-1. Other winners were the Astros, Cubs, Diamondbacks, Nationals, Padres, Rays, and the Tigers. That's sports. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
Lawson's Tractor 2, your local Kubota equipment dealer, wants to help you deliver a job done right. That's why they want you to know that the new Kubota inventory is arriving daily. You have work to do. They have the reliability and durability and versatile lineup to help you do it all. Visit Lawson's Tractor 2 today for all your equipment needs. Lawson's Tractor 2, 4 miles south of Danville on Highway 127, open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday, 8 to noon. Lawson's Tractor 2.
As prescription costs rise, many Medicare beneficiaries are having difficulty keeping up. If you or someone you know is finding it difficult to pay for prescriptions, the Kentucky Department for Aging and Independent Living State Health Insurance Assistance Program may be able to help. SHIP counselors can guide you to money-saving prescription assistance programs, including a program that helps pay for Medicare Part D plan costs for limited-income seniors. For more information, call 1-877-293-7447.
Bad decisions limit future options. Stop adversity from becoming stress. Listen to The Flatline with host Rick Hughes, Sunday mornings at 7:30 on WHIR. Learn problem-solving devices built on God's Word. For inspiration, education, all without manipulation. The Flatline Sunday mornings at 7:30 on WHIR and online at hometownlive.net.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
All right there, Rayleigh Jophus. It's brought to you by the Big Deals online store at hometownlive.net. Shop and save on gift certificates to local businesses at big-time discounts. Up to 50% every single day. The Big Deals online stores at hometownlive.net. All right, sunshine, a high of 89, low tonight 68. Tomorrow, sunny and 91. Saturday, sunny and hot, 94. Sunday, sunny and hot, 95. It's 8:52 in the morning, and, you know, we're looking at 70 degrees on this Thursday, the 14th day of the month of August. What about your Cincinnati Reds? Find themselves one game back of that wild card spot. Hey, I'm rooting for the Reds. Of course, I'm a Braves fan. The Braves beat the Mets yesterday, and that coupled with the Reds win, the Reds one game back at that third and final wild card spot that the Mets hold right now. Dodgers and Cubs are also among those other wild card teams, and what a series the Reds are about to start off with the Milwaukee Brewers, who haven't lost this century, it feels like. They have won 12 in a row, which is big for fans in Milwaukee. Because when the Brewers win 12 in a row, there's like a burger joint there in Milwaukee that gives out free burgers. And it hasn't happened often. But this is now one of those times where I wonder, like, when things like this happen, if, like, the burger joint is kind of like rooting for the Brewers to lose. Because, you know, they don't want to give out free burgers. That's not good for the financials when you're giving out a bunch of free food that you had to buy. You had to buy the food, now you're giving it out for free. But it's fun. It's a fun time to be a Brewers fan, obviously, because you get free burgers. But surely the restaurant doing the promotion didn't want the Brewers to win 12 in a row. Right? Like, they make it to 11 in a row, and I bet the owner of the restaurant's like, hopefully they lose. Because even if they do lose, being 11-1 in your last 12 games is still pretty good. So let's root for the Brewers to lose tonight. They're still 11-1 in the last 12. They're the hottest team in baseball, and we don't have to give out free burgers. But the Brewers said, no, we're going to win our 12th straight. They got it done last night, and that restaurant, whatever it is, it's some local Milwaukee burger place, is going to give out free burgers now to Brewers fans. All right, it's 8:54 in the morning. Let's see what's gone on this date in rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history. Starting off on this date back in 1941, 84 years ago, where one of the great singers and songwriters of the 70s, 60s, and 70s, 80s was born. He died just 2 years ago. A founding member of the Byrds and the Crosby from Crosby, Stills, and Nash with CSN had the 1970 number 11 single, number 1 album Deja Vu, 1975 number 6 solo album Wind on the Water. This is their song Wooden Ships. He died, David Crosby did, in January of 2023 at the age of 81. David Crosby, on this date, 1941, was born. He would have been 84 years old today. What a talented musician he was. My dad's listening this morning. He's, I'm sure, probably singing along to this song. Was a big Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young fan.
Yes, I've been eating them for 6 or 7 weeks now. Haven't got sick once.
It was on this day in rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history in the year 1962. One of the biggest decisions probably in rock and roll music history was made when a band, and on this day 1962, was unhappy with their drummer. And they met with their drummer, Pete Best, alongside Brian Epstein and the 3 other members, and said, sorry, Pete, you're a goner.
I'd like to be under the sea in an octopus's garden.
I always felt bad for Pete Best, and who knows what the Beatles would have been with Pete Best as their drummer. Maybe they would have been just as popular. But, like, imagine being the drummer for the group that would go on to be the most influential and potentially greatest music act ever. And you're fired, and they bring in Ringo. Ringo Starr was nearing the end of a 3-month engagement with Rory Storm and the Hurricanes and received a telephone call from a guy named John Lennon asking him to join the Beatles. Ringo gave Rory Storm 3 days' notice, and on August the 18th, he appeared as a member of the Beatles for the very first time. On this date, 1962, Pete Best was sacked. Ringo was hired as the drummer for the Beatles.
Resting our head on the seabed in an octopus's garden near a cave.
And it was on this day in rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history, 1965, where this duo started a 3-week run at number 1 on the U.S. charts.
They say we're young and we don't know, we won't find out till
I have said multiple times, and I'll say it again. I can't tell which one's Sonny and which one's Cher singing in this song. I Got You, Babe went number 1 on this day, 1965. Their voices sound the exact same. Sonny Bono said to have been inspired to write the song to capitalize on the popularity of the term babe, which Bob Dylan really helped make popular in his song It Ain't Me, Babe. On this date, 1965, Sonny and Cher, a 3-weeker at number 1 with I Got You, Babe.
I guess that's so we don't have a plot, but at least I'm sure of all the things we got.
And it was on this day in rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history, 1971, where this group released their 5th studio album. Had to skip on past the intro there and get to the actual lyrics. The name of the album was Who's Next, which featured the classic song Won't Get Fooled Again, and has since been viewed by critics as The Who's best record and one of the greatest rock albums of all time. The cover artwork shows a photo of the band apparently having just urinated on a large concrete piling, but according to the photographer, Ethan Russell, most of the band members were unable to actually urinate at that point, so rainwater was tipped from an empty film canister to achieve the desired effect. You won't get fooled again on this day, 1971. And that's what's gone on this day, August 14th, in rock and roll, pop, and R&B music history. We're 30 seconds away from top hour news right here on The Joe Show on WHIR Danville News Talk Sports.
At Monticello Bank, helping your business thrive is our business. We offer a variety of products designed to make banking easier. Whether your company is large or small, you can count on us to provide accounts, loans, and other services built around the way you do business, including e-deposit, our remote deposit capture system, and merchant processing. Speak with one of our representatives and let us help you solve your business financial needs today. Monticello Bank, where people matter. Member FDIC, equal housing lender on the Danville Bypass.
This is the talk of the town, AM 1230, and now on FM 103.9, WHIR Danville, powered by Kentucky WiMAX.
It's 9 o'clock.
NBC News Radio, I'm Michael Kastner. National Guard troops are now on round-the-clock patrols of the nation's capital. The latest this morning from Rory O'Neill.
The crime prevention patrols throughout the nation's capital are nonstop, and the show of force is obvious. The Trump administration claims that since launching a federal takeover of the Washington, D.C. Police Department and deploying the National Guard earlier this week, more than 100 arrests have been made. One of the suspects is charged with a homicide.
European leaders are asking President Trump not to act unilaterally on a Ukraine peace deal when he meets with Russian President Putin in Alaska tomorrow. Mark Mayfield reports.
Several, including the leaders of France, Germany, Italy, Poland, Finland, NATO, and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, held a virtual meeting with Trump Wednesday to discuss the upcoming summit. French President Emmanuel Macron said that while Washington is clear on its desire to get a ceasefire in the 3.5-year war, territorial issues can't be negotiated without Ukraine's participation. While some incentives might be on the table for a ceasefire, European leaders are also clear that Russia should not be rewarded for its invasion of Ukraine.
A former GOP candidate in New Mexico has been given an 80-year prison sentence for hiring gunmen to attack Democrats. One of those targeted, State Senator Debbie O'Malley says she decided to skip yesterday's court hearing.
I didn't want to kind of relive a little bit of that emotional trauma. Physically, no one was physically hurt, but clearly there was a lot of emotional trauma from the individuals who were victims.
Solomon Pena was a Republican candidate for a state house seat in 2022. Federal prosecutors say after his loss, Pena claimed he was the victim of election fraud and hired gunmen to carry out drive-by shootings in Albuquerque at the homes of 4 Democratic officials. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Labor Day weekend. Picnics and parades. Families and festivals. Gatherings and get-togethers. Sounds like a great weekend, huh? So why ruin it by getting behind the wheel, buzzed or blitzed, tanked or tipsy, hammered or high? If you're getting even a little impaired, plan a ride home. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid with funds through the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety.
Hey, Kentucky, get your free immunization shot and receive a free gift card at the Kentucky State Fair. Now through August 23rd. Be one of the first 250 people to stop by the Kentucky State Fair Healthy Horizons Pavilion, South Wing B. Get an immunization shot and free gift card. Everyone is eligible. Kids, parents, grandparents, guardians, and friends. Come see us at the Kentucky State Fair Healthy Horizons Pavilion, South Wing B, and receive your free immunization shot. Visit KAHP.org to learn more. That's KAHP.org. Brought to you by the Kentucky Association of Health Plans.
A survivor of the late convicted sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein says it would be a huge error for President Trump to pardon his co-conspirator, Ghislaine Maxwell. Brian Shook reports.
During a recent interview, Haley Robson rejected the idea of a pardon for Maxwell, who is also a convicted sex trafficker. Robson says she was introduced to Epstein at the age of 16 and recruited girls for the disgraced financier for 2 years. Trump previously said he hasn't been asked about a pardon for Maxwell, who is serving a 20-year prison sentence. I'm Brian Shook.
Harvey Weinstein is being tried for a third time by New York prosecutors in a sexual assault case. Jonathan O'Halloran reports.
The disgraced Hollywood producer will be tried again in his case involving Jessica Mann after a jury could not render a verdict back in June. That same jury found Weinstein guilty of sexually assaulting former production assistant Miriam Haley in 2006. The judge vowing not to sentence Weinstein on the charge involving Haley until he is tried again for the charge related to Mann. Weinstein's attorneys saying after the judge's decision that they're ready to fight.
A mysterious illness is sickening and killing seagulls along a large part of the Southern California coast.
They're not able to stand, and they look kind of pathetic, and they're unusually unresponsive to people approaching them.
Dr. Rebecca Dewar with the International Bird Rescue says it's not the bird flu. They haven't seen that in months. The result of other tests for different illnesses, she says, are pending. Waymo is upping its music game by now offering Spotify integration when riding in one of its robo-taxis. Waymo's website explains users need only to tap Spotify from the in-car music menu, verify their smartphone, and then listen. Michael Kastner, NBC News Radio.
Turn up your radio. Here's the Sean Hannity Morning Minute.
How do you define success here? I would say, well, the president, the fact that he's willing to do that which no other leader could do. Name one other person in your own mind. Think. Who do you think would be capable of sitting across from Vladimir Putin and saying, you got to stop the killing? This has to come to an end. What country has the strength to impact Russia in significant ways, especially the funding of their war machine? There's no country on the face of the earth that has that power the way the United States of America has it, and there's no president that understands America's power more than President Trump.
Check out the Sean Hannity Radio Show later today, right here.
Hey, if you're sending your child off to college this fall, make sure you give them more than a backpack and a laptop. You need to give them peace of mind. This world is a very dangerous place. Go to Byrna, B-Y-R-N-A. It is the less lethal launcher, and it is the ultimate off-campus protection without the legal, financial, or emotional burden of using a firearm. I carry one every single day. I recommend anyone concerned about personal safety or the safety of their family, you need one as well. By the way, it's legal in all 50 states. They can ship it straight to your door. And don't forget, over 500 government agencies now are using this incredible technology because you can incapacitate any perpetrator for 30 to 40 minutes. Legal all 50 states, no background check required, and it fires those kinetic rounds. Just go to byrna.com, all hand assembled in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Visit byrna.com or try before you buy at your local Sportsman's Warehouse retail store.
It's time for Pioneer Days, August 14th through the 17th.
Join us Friday and Saturday night for live music from 7 Central Kentucky artists. Start your Saturday off with our Colonial Breakfast. Tickets can be purchased at Mercer County Chamber of Commerce. On Saturday at 6 o'clock, you can meet and greet with your favorite wrestlers from Elite Wrestling Alliance. And be sure to stick around for their wrestling match at 7 o'clock.
Pioneer Days, August 14th through the 17th. Free admission in Harrodsburg at the Old Fort Harrods State Park.
Got pain? Curamin is your safe, effective answer. Curamin from Terry Naturally doesn't just mask pain. It gets to the source and stops it. Get results or your money back. Got pain? Get Curamin.
On sale now at 25% off, only at the Danville Nutrition Center. We are located at 802 South 4th Street in Danville.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA, and this product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Curamin is for the use of occasional muscle pain due to exercise or overuse.
This is a Hometown Radio Network information update. Pioneer Days is back today. The festival kicks off tonight at 5 o'clock with the Disney Princess Show and Meet and Greet. The Baby Show will happen at 7, and then at 8 o'clock, the second half of the Disney Show will feature Disney villains. Other events today include inflatables, yard games, picnic areas, and a giant mural. It begins tonight at the Old Fort Herod State Park. A man was arrested in Washington County after a traffic stop revealed drugs. It happened Monday around 11:30 in the evening when Washington County deputies pulled a vehicle over at the Five Star gas station in Springfield. Canine Viper alerted the deputy of potential drugs in the vehicle, and after a search, 2 baggies were found containing heroin and methamphetamine, as well as a glass pipe and a handgun. 33-year-old Jordan Young was hit with 4 different charges and was lodged in jail. And flags are at half-staff at office buildings today through sunset in honor of a Korean War soldier whose remains were only recently identified. U.S. Army Private First Class Roger Fields, a native of Perry County, was killed in action on December the 1st of 1950 in North Korea. Fields will be interred at the Kentucky Veterans Cemetery in Clay County today. All individuals, businesses, and organizations are encouraged to join in the flag-lowering tribute. And slow down in work zones, and if not, you could be issued a steep fine. Kentucky is implementing a new law that allows for cameras to be set up in work zones, and if you're caught speeding through them, you could get a hefty ticket. Earlier this year, a law was passed that authorized the use of automated speed detection equipment in work zones. When you pass through those areas, you may not see a law enforcement officer, but the technology works so that the speed can be relayed to law enforcement nearby. Drivers that are then pulled over by police because of that can face a $500 fine. The Transportation Cabinet says they will begin installing those specialized speed cameras this summer and fall in select work zones, and then will build the program over the next few years. Reporting for the Hometown Radio Network, I'm Joe Mathis.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
Okay, Rayleigh Joe, it's coming your way courtesy of Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance, your local independent insurance agency, proudly representing the Auto Owners Insurance Company. Ask if auto owners make sense for you by calling Marker Chris for a free quote, 859-236-6686. Dexter and Reitmeyer Insurance. Okay, sunshine and a high today of 90. Tomorrow, sunshine 91. Saturday, sunny and hot, 94. Sunday, sunny and hot, 95. Right now, it's 9:11 in the morning. 71 degrees on this Thursday, the 14th day of the month of August. And what a great day it is to have you aboard the Joe Show on this Thursday morning as we see what's breaking and trending right here on the Joe Show. Democrats want answers. And they want them from Attorney General Pam Bondi after child sex trafficker Ghislaine Maxwell was transferred to a minimum security prison. Democrats in the House Judiciary Committee sent Bondi a letter yesterday expressing concern about Maxwell, a close associate to Jeffrey Epstein. The transfer came 2 days after interviews between Maxwell and a top Justice Department official. Democrats say it looks like the Trump administration may be trying to tamper with a witness by getting Maxwell to conceal President Trump's relationship with Epstein. They want the Justice Department to turn over everything related to the transfer and Maxwell's interviews by August the 26th. A Minnesota teenager is filing a discrimination charge against Buffalo Wild Wings. Jerica Mudra, who's 18, alleges that a server followed her into a women's restroom and demanded she prove she was a girl. Mudra says she attempted to tell the server her gender before she resorted to unzipping her hoodie and showing the worker her chest. The lawsuit, which was filed by Minnesota-based organization Gender Justice, argues that what happened to Mudra violates the state's Human Rights Act. Mudra's stepmom says she didn't do anything wrong. She just didn't fit what the server thought a girl should look like. I was shocked and heartbroken by how many people shared similar stories after I posted about it online. This shouldn't be normal. We can do better. We have to, says Mudra's mom. Hey, a marine mammal normally seen in Florida has made its way up to Massachusetts. A manatee was spotted July 26th when Jennifer Sullivan reported video of the animal swimming alongside fellow paddle boarders off HP on Cape Cod. Sullivan said it was completely unfazed by us, adding she felt just in awe of how graceful the creature was and to be so close in the wild to it. The manatee was later spotted beached on tidal flats and was pushed back into the water by rescuers. It hasn't been spotted since, but a team with the International Fund for Animal Welfare is standing by to rescue the animal if it becomes necessary. President Donald Trump told European leaders and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky on a call yesterday that he will not talk about splitting up Ukrainian territory when he meets with President Putin in Alaska tomorrow. Trump said the goal is to get a ceasefire in Ukraine, not to make deals about land.
Yes, they will. Yeah.
What will the consequences
there will be consequences.
Sanctions, tariffs?
There will be, I don't have to say, there will be very severe consequences.
Yeah, it's President Trump talking about how there will be consequences if Russia does not stop firing on Ukraine. Severe consequences. Some European leaders were worried Trump might make a deal with Putin and then pressure Ukraine to accept it, but sources said they do feel better after the call. Trump was also asked yesterday if he thought he would be able to convince Putin to stop targeting civilians.
Well, I'll tell you what, I've had that conversation with him. I've had a lot of good conversations with him. Then I go home and I see that a rocket hit a nursing home or a rocket hit an apartment building and people are laying dead in the street. So I guess the answer to that is no.
That's President Donald Trump. Hey, a school bus carrying 42 children and one adult rolled over on its side in Austin, Texas yesterday, the first day of the new school year. The bus from the Leander Independent School District crashed on Nameless Road just after 3:15 in the afternoon. 12 people were taken to the hospital while the rest went to a meeting center to be checked and reunited with family. That's what's breaking and trending this morning right here on The Joe Show in the 9 o'clock in the morning hour on WHIR Danville. News Talk Sports. It's 9:15. Gary Fogle has Kentucky sports memories coming your way next on The Joe Show.
Hello, I'm Gary Fogle. Welcome to Kentucky Sports Memories. And does anyone ever like to see their record broken?
At Watson's, we've been delivering all the family fun and relaxation to our local community for over 50 years. Our mission is to provide high-quality home recreational products and home furnishings to our customers that bring families and friends together for a break from the daily stresses of life. Shop the largest local selection of in-stock products for your home, inside and out, and get the guaranteed lowest price in the USA. Only at Watson's.
Wes Vincent was a 4-year starter at running back at Edmonson County High School, and when he wrapped up his career there in the fall of 1996, he had carried the football nearly 1,100 times. He set a state record for carries. It still stands nearly 30 years later. So in talking to him, I asked him the question I ask all record holders.
Do you hope you hold on to this record forever, or would you like to see someone break it someday? The carries, I would like for it to stand forever. Now, the other records, they're meant to be broken. And I want the other Edmonson County teams to win also. You know, I'm a fan for life. So it wouldn't bother me if they're broken, but I would like to keep the carries one just because of how many it is. It will be very hard to break that record. So what other records do you hold that you don't mind someone breaking? I actually think the game, the yards in a game, I think it's actually been broken. The 343 in a game, I think a kid broke that record already. But the 6 touchdowns in a game, I don't know that that'll be broken. Yep, 43 in a season. I don't know that that'll be broken.
Now, those records he's talking about are Edmonson County High School records, the rushing yards in a game, touchdowns in a game, and touchdowns in a season. The one state record he holds is most carries, and he doesn't want that one broken, which is typical. Everybody I talk to who owns a state record always says, I don't want anybody to break that record. The only exception to that was Jesse Stewart. He holds the state record for the shot put, believe it or not, And he said it way back in 1969. And he told me, I've held it long enough. Like to see somebody break it someday. Anyway, we'll wrap things up on Edmonson County tomorrow. Gary Fogle, Kentucky Sports Memories.
There you go. Gary F., Kentucky Sports Memories, Mondays through Fridays, right here on The Joe Show. WHIR Danville. News Talk Sports. We're back after this here on The Joe Show, WHIR.
Now I've been happy lately, thinking about the good things to come, and I believe it could be.
Serving Boyle County seniors, a gathering place.
Our Adult Day Healthcare Services provide independence through assistance for adults with special needs ages 21 and over. Our participants enjoy games, reality orientation, cognitive and physical activities, exercise, music and craft programs, while offering families freedom and peace of mind knowing their loved ones are cared for in a safe, supportive environment. Visit thegatheringplace.org. Follow on Facebook and Instagram for more info.
Local high school football at Hometown Radio Network.
This is Gary True, voice of the Mercer County Football Titans. Listen to every game on WHBM.
This is Scott Bowen, voice of the Garrett County Golden Lions. Hear the games on Z105.
This is Gunnar Floyd, voice of the Danville Admirals. Listen to every Danville Admiral football game on WHIR.
This is Steve Bertram inviting you to join us for Boyle County High School football on Z105.
All games streamed live at hometownlive.net.
Pioneer Playhouse is celebrating 76 years in the Bluegrass. We are Kentucky's oldest outdoor theater, and we're right here in Danville. Don't miss our 76th anniversary season Under the Stars. Check out our brand new 75 Years Under the Stars exhibit, Good Rockin' Tonight. Elvis Presley and his rockabilly queen, Wanda Jackson, August 14th, 15th, and 16th. Dinner 7 p.m. and show at 8 p.m. That's an earlier start time. Join us for a night of celebrating Elvis and the vibrant music he made with Wanda Jackson, the undisputed queen of rockabilly. This is a musical extravaganza you won't want to miss. 2 Elvises, 1 Wanda, live music by Kelly Caldwell and Kashmir. Pioneer Playhouse is located at 840 Stanford Road in Danville, Kentucky. 859-236-2747 or go to pioneerplayhouse.com for tickets. When the sun goes down, the stars come out at Pioneer Playhouse.
Almost every small Kentucky town has a go-to restaurant. In Central Kentucky, it's the Bread of Life Cafe in Liberty. If you like a good buffet, you'll love the huge down-home cooking featuring 3 fully stocked buffet tables, or you can order off their extensive menu. You'll find something delicious for every person in the family at the Bread of Life Cafe. Visit the gift and sweet shop at the Bread of Life Cafe, 5 miles south of Liberty on Highway 127. Open till 8, Monday through Thursday, 9 Friday and Saturday. Feed your tummy and your soul with a stop at the Bread of Life Cafe and Buffet, 5 miles south of Liberty.
Hey, it's Matt, your leaf filter trusted pro. Gutters are an often neglected part of the home. They're also one of the most important. Clogged, overflowing gutters can cause serious problems like foundation damage or basement flooding, which can cost thousands of dollars to fix. Let's face it, cleaning gutters yourself is not only a hassle, it can be dangerous. But when you get Leaf Filter, you'll never have to worry about cleaning clogged gutters again. Get started today by visiting leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free inspection. If you decide to move forward, we'll professionally clean, realign, and seal your gutters before installing our patented stainless steel micro mesh system. Leaf Filter keeps out everything but the water. And it's backed by a lifetime transferable no clogs warranty. So you're protected for good. We're in your neighborhood and ready to help. Visit Leaf Filter today for a free inspection and estimate, and you could save up to 30%. Visit leaffilter.com/deal. That's leaffilter.com/deal.
Hello, Central Kentucky. I'm Steve Bertram with sports. The Kentucky High School football season kicks off 1 week from tomorrow night. Hometown Radio will bring you area football action for Boyle County, Danville, Garrett County, and Mercer County. A week from Friday night, Danville hosts Fort Knox under first-year head coach Steve Stonebreaker for the Admirals, while Garrett County faces North Bullitt at Lincoln County. A week from Saturday night, Boyle County takes on Bullitt East at Bowling Green High, and Mercer County entertains Tate's Creek at Alvis Johnson Field. All these games will be on Hometown Radio and live around the world at hometownlive.net. Other area action next Friday finds Lincoln County hosting Madison Southern and Anderson County at Washington County, while Casey County visits Fleming County Saturday. Kentucky men's basketball has completed its schedule for the 25-26 campaign. UK opens up officially on November 4th against Nicholls State, followed by Valparaiso on November 7th. The Cats play Louisville on November 11th, followed by Eastern Illinois on November 12th. Follow the Wildcats all season long on Z105. In Major League Baseball yesterday, Hunter Green threw 6 excellent innings, and Miguel Andujar hit a grand slam as Cincinnati shut out Philadelphia 8-0 to win 2 out of 3 with the Phillies. The Reds are off today and host baseball's hottest team, the Milwaukee Brewers, Friday night. The Brewers won their 12th game in a row, 12-5 over Pittsburgh. The Orioles ended the Mariners' 8-game winning streak, 4-3. The Angels improved to 6-0 versus the Dodgers this year with a 6-5 win. The Braves whipped the Mets 11-6. The Mariners mauled the Guardians 13-4. The Rockies edged the Cardinals 6-5, and the Twins topped the Yankees 4-1. Other winners were the Astros, Cubs, Diamondbacks, Nationals, Padres, Rays, and the Tigers. That's sports. God bless America. I'm Steve Bertram on the Hometown Radio Network.
Some love him and some hate him, but everybody listens to Sean Hannity weekdays at 3 and Saturdays at 10 on AM 1230 WHIR.
9:25 in the morning, 859-238-WHIR, 238-9447. Glad to have you on the Joe Show on this morning. This is a conversation, and argument's not the right word, but a conversation that me and Rebecca have had before, to where I think it should be done one way, and Rebecca thinks it should be done the other way. Though I also admit that, like, when we went on vacation in July, that Rebecca ended up doing it my way. And this is what I'm talking about. I've got a brother who lives down in Florida who worked in kind of the hotel hospitality business for a long time, and even we've talked about this before. Is it necessary to check out of a hotel, or is that an old person thing? Checking out of a hotel is definitely more of a breeze than it once was, but there's an argument online about the proper etiquette revolving around checking out of a hotel and if it's actually necessary. A Gen Z woman posted on TikTok of her walking out the door of a hotel and into the parking lot with the tagline, "Older generations, this is how you check out of a hotel. You just walk out." In the caption, she added, "The front desk doesn't need you to tell them you're checking out, and they don't need you to hand them your room key." Now, that may be technically true at a lot of places, but people in the comments are saying that it's rude to not check out. And I agree with the people in the comments. I think that it is of proper etiquette to let the front desk know, hey, we're out of the room. One person says, as a former housekeeper, it makes our job easier if you're polite and you let someone know. Others say that there's a difference whether or not you should let the staff know. If you're leaving pretty early, then yeah, let the staff know, because that would give the housekeeper, staff more time to be able to clean the room, to say, oh, they're gone. Let's get in there and clean, when you've been gone for 3 hours and you don't let someone know. Others say they always give a heads up in the hopes that it makes the process of cleaning all the rooms more efficient, possibly allows for the next person to get an early check-in, and that might help them out. Some people say you should always check out of the front desk to get a receipt and make sure that there weren't any additional charges. But that may be a bit of an older generation take, since most people leave a receipt at your door or have it sent digitally through an email or through an app. Someone else says they don't bother the front desk if they can check out on the app, and someone else says, I try to check out, but no one is ever at the front desk. So what is your take on this? My take, I say, you always need to check out. Although you could have a different take. I'd be interested to see what Dusty says about this, because Dusty travels more than I do. What do you think about checking out at a hotel? To me, it's just like the right thing to do. And sure, they may not need the key cards, but if they can take the key cards and wipe them clean and use them again, then shouldn't you do the right thing and hand the key cards back in instead of just, like, what are you going to do with a key card? You're going to go home and throw it away. So why not give it back to the hotel if they can reuse it? So to me, it's always appropriate to check out of a hotel. The question, though, is that an old person thing? I don't care if it is or not. I'm going to do it. I'm going to let the front desk know I'm gone. I'm going to give them my key card, and they can do whatever they want to with it because they will have much more use of that key card than I will when I leave the hotel and I'm never coming back. Let them know you're gone. The housekeeping staff can maybe get a jump start on cleaning the room. I say yes, it's always appropriate to check out. What say you? 859-238-WHIR is the phone number to call in. This is interesting conversation as well. Good information to have the next time that you can't decide who's making dinner or who gets to ride shotgun. Someone polled thousands of people, and they asked what they're most likely to choose when playing rock, paper, scissors. And the most common answer by far was rock, which means if you want to win, you should now go with paper. 34% said rock, 23% said scissors, and 20% said paper. So choosing paper on your first throw gives you the best odds of winning because paper beats rock, and most people said they go with rock. The other 23% said they don't know what they usually go for or they just tend to mix it up. The same poll also asked about two other games of chance, and the stats on those are interesting as well. Are you more likely to call heads or tails? 59% said heads and 21% said tails. And when it comes to choosing a number between 1 and 10, there's a clear winner. A whopping 36% said they go with the number 7. So if you're the one asking, don't choose 7 unless you want them to guess it. The number 5 is a distant second with 12% of the vote. There you go. Survey revealed. Go with paper when you play rock, paper, scissors. It's 9:30 in the morning. News is now.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Kentucky State Police are looking for a Perry County Sheriff's Cruiser stolen from Perry County Park. They say Chris Combs was handcuffed behind his back in the back seat when he slipped out of the cuffs, got into the front, and drove off. Combs had been arrested on an indictment warrant, and deputies had just recovered 40 grams of meth and several $1,000s in cash. Authorities say he should be considered armed and dangerous. If you see Combs or the cruiser, call 911 immediately. In Bell County, 2 people are charged in the death of a 17-month-old found unresponsive July 30th and later pronounced dead at Middlesboro ARH. An investigation with state and local officials led to murder charges against Lauren Gage and manslaughter charges against Dakota Spencer. Both are in the Bell County Detention Center. Lexington police arrested 3 people after a driver was robbed at gunpoint just before 1 a.m. Wednesday on Life Lane near New Circle Road. Officers used flock cameras to track the suspect's vehicle and say the investigation continues. When students return to Montgomery County High School Thursday, they'll be among the first in the nation to use a TruePort security detection system. The AI-powered radar can spot weapons like firearms and ceramic knives without traditional metal detectors. School leaders installed it after a middle school student brought a loaded gun to class last year and say it's designed to improve safety while reducing bottlenecks at entry points. And GE Appliances has announced a $3 billion 5-year investment plan to expand production, modernize operations, and invest in communities. The project will touch all 11 U.S. manufacturing plants, including Appliance Park headquarters in Louisville. Company leaders say it's the second largest investment in their history, surpassed only by the creation of Appliance Park in the 1950s. I'm Travis Laird.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
In Kentucky, we know the unexpected can strike at any moment, whether it's a tornado, flood, or severe storm. Being prepared could save lives. That's why it's vital to have an emergency plan. Know where your local shelter is. Keep an emergency kit with essentials like water, food, and medicine, and make sure your family has a communication plan in place. Boyle County, we're stronger when we are prepared. For more information on how to get ready, visit Boyle County Health Department's Division of Emergency Preparedness online at boylehealth.com. Stay safe, stay ready. This message was brought to you by your friends at the Boyle County Health Department.
Authentic Mexican grocery store, cakes, fresh produce, piñatas, boots, belts, and more. La Michoacana Mexican grocery store. Family owned and operated, offering the best Mexican products created. La Michoacana Mexican grocery store. And to make your tummy smile, Taco Yumas, their on-site food truck that's also available for catering and events. So where do you go for authentic Mexican product? La Michoacana Mexican grocery store. In Danville on Houstonville Road.
Danville deal maker, Bob Allen.
New Jeeps cost less at Bob Allen Motor Mall. Make this the summer event and save on a new Jeep Grand Cherokee L. Now lease priced at only $299 per month for 51 months. $45.92 plus first payment, taxes, and fees due at signing. 7,500 miles per year. Must have trade. Stock C25327. Bob Allen Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram on Maple Avenue in Danville, or shop online anytime at BobAllenMotorMall.com.
When it comes to your money, there's a lot to think about. Paying bills, setting a family budget, and retirement. Farmers National Bank cares about your financial well-being and is here to help. Visit the bank's website at fnbky.com to check out their financial wellness section with short videos on budgeting, saving, paying off debt, and more. You can also stop into a branch or call to ask the bank's financial professionals for advice. Farmers National Bank, your lifetime bank. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
This Joe Show weather report is brought to you by...
It's coming your way courtesy of Danville Auto Body Shop. Top-of-the-line collision auto body repair. Head to the mechanics at Danville Auto Body Shop, 315 Dillahay. Get a free estimate, and they work with your insurance company, fixing water leaks, window motor repairs, hail damage, and paintless tint repair. Danville Auto Body Shop. Sunshine, a high today of 90, a low tonight 68. Tomorrow, sunshine and 91. Saturday, sunny and hot, 94. Sunday, sunny and hot, and 95. It's 9:35 in the morning. It's 74 degrees here in Danville. It's a Morning Point Thursday. And to make this segment official, here's Jim Parman.
The following is a paid program.
Told you. And we welcome onto the show Kristen with Morning Point.
Good morning.
Hello. What's going on with Kristen today?
Oh, it's been a busy Thursday already. That's how we like it, though.
What have you been busy with?
Oh, my gosh. Today, phone calls and then the radio, and I've got Red Rooster coming up, which I'm super excited about. So come see me. I'll be there from about 10 to maybe 10:40 today.
Okay.
Buying coffee.
It's kind of a shorter visit to Red Rooster today.
Yes, because I have a couple of appointments coming in this afternoon, so excited about that.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So you're going to go get your classic Red Rooster order, which is toast and bacon. Is that right?
And hash browns with cheese.
Hash browns with cheese,
yes.
Toast, and bacon.
Yes.
And,
can't beat it.
Love it. Good stuff. So, hey, busy at Morning Point, as you said. You've been given a ton of tours. People are finding out the great news about Morning Point there. The Lantern, which is the Alzheimer's care unit, and the assisted living building as well. I got to talk with one of your great employees last weekend, Simone. Me and Simone talked. And so we're going to have to get Simone on the radio, Kristen. So next time you come in,
yeah,
let's get Simone on the air.
I always want to have people from the communities come in with me. So
yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about what we got coming up.
Okay, so
school started on Wednesday, which is yesterday.
Yes.
I've been telling people the first day of school is exciting. The second day of school is much less exciting. So this is the much less exciting second day of school. You all did some back-to-school drives, right? Like school supply drives?
Yes,
okay.
We did school supply drives, both for our employees and for the community. We did crayon drives, and all of that got distributed to our community schools in this area. So thank you so much if you donated. I feel like every time we take donations, the community just really shows up. So, like our Easter egg hunt was huge. This school supply drive was big, so just thank you so much for everything that you do when we ask for donations. And that leads me to say that we are currently asking for donations for the Humane Society. So to wrap up summer, on August 21st is our family night for all of our families of Morning Point, and we are asking for donations because the theme is Dog Days of Summer.
Okay.
And so if you have any pet supplies or you want to go out and purchase pet supplies, we need food, dog food, cat food, treats, blankets, cleaning supplies, puppy pads, crates, anything that's pet affiliated, we will accept for our Humane Society. So you can drop those off at the assisted living building that is 100 Burney Place, and we will be glad to take those from you.
And you'll be collecting those until when?
Until August 21st.
All right.
We are also
So a week from today, then.
Yep, we're also able to take donations. So we are collecting donations for the Humane Society, and then we're also collecting donations for Happy Paws, which is an organization that spays and neuters pets for free. So they rely heavily on donations.
Yeah. Okay, good stuff. And so the donations, all of that's going to go to the Humane Society, you said? Okay. And we talked with Carrie yesterday from the Humane Society. She's on the show every second Wednesday of the month. So
awesome.
It's a good partnership to help out the Humane Society. So collecting those supplies until Thursday, August 21st. On that same day is one of you all's third Thursdays, right? Tell us about your third Thursdays that you have.
The food truck?
Well, I'm looking at the sheet right there in front of me.
Oh, that's the bingo or rook. So, yes. Sorry, Joe. We have so much going on.
Yeah, it's hard to keep track of it all.
Every third Thursday of the month, we have bingo or rook. So, if you're interested in that, you can play bingo. It's $10 for 2 cards. Or rook is $10 a seat.
Okay.
You can reach out to me. I'm Kristen at 859-306-0202. And I'm actually covering both buildings at this time. So, if you have a question about memory care or something going on in the first building, or you have a question about assisted living, I can help you with either. So, please reach out to me.
Okay.
And then today, if you're looking for something new to try for lunch, you can come out from 11 to 1 in our first building, and we're going to have Poppin' Jay's food trucks up. So stop by and see them. You can also come in and see the building if you'd like, and see the community if you'd like. Stop by for a tour, but they will be set up from 11 to 1, Poppin' Jay's food truck.
Poppin' Jay's food truck today. Right? Today, okay.
Yes, right now. I mean, just in an hour and 20 minutes.
Okay.
We'll be there.
Well, you can't eat too much at Red Rooster then.
I can eat everything.
Hey, we're talking about Seniors Got Talent.
Yes.
And we talked about it for a long time. Every Thursday for it feels like for the last 3 months.
Yeah, we've talked about it a lot.
It's coming.
It is.
September the 9th, I think I saw, is the date of Seniors Got Talent. We have 2 people from this area that'll be there performing, correct?
Yes, both singers.
Yeah.
So we have Junior Fields and...
Well, no, this is what happened.
Keith Whitley.
The last time you called him Keith Whitley, and now it's like you overthink what his name is. And because you overthink it, you forget it. Because the first name that pops in your head is now Keith Whitley.
It's Kevin Williams.
Kevin Williams.
So, both wonderful acts. I'm sorry that my mind is gone this morning. But we're excited to have them from this area go on to Lexington to the Opera House and compete in the big show where they could potentially win up to $1,000 if they win first place. But tickets are on sale now through Ticketmaster.com. They are only $10. This event sells out every year, so go ahead and secure your tickets because you're not going to want to miss it.
Yeah, and that is, again, September the 9th, Seniors Got Talent. There at the Lexington Opera House.
Yes, and those ticket sales, all proceeds from the ticket sales funnel right back into our communities, and that we give scholarships to nursing students. So Morning Point has a nonprofit, the Morning Point Foundation, and that is when we're taking these donations and we're doing events like that, that is where the money goes. So it's for a good cause. It's going to be a great night of entertainment, and then you know that you're supporting a good cause as well. So you don't want to miss it. Go ahead and get your tickets.
Yeah, September the 9th.
Yes.
Hey, I'm looking at you all's Facebook page. You all teamed up. Let me see. It says 4 days ago, so maybe late last week.
Yeah.
The library.
Yes.
And you all made hats.
Yes.
Is that right, or Mary Poppins hats or something? Is that correct?
So we watched Mary Poppins, and they made Mary Poppins hats, and we just love the library because they will come by and pick up books, and then they drop new books off to our residents.
Okay.
And so many of our residents love to read, and we have a library in Morning Point in both communities. But there's only so many books that we have to offer, so it's a really great service the library does for us and comes out with their book delivery. So we really appreciate that.
Yeah, so you got two together, and you all are always looking for like different, unique things to do.
Yes.
Right? I mean, there's the standards that the residents love to do. Bingo, for example. Right? And they're going to love to play bingo and things like that. But coming up with the library coming out and making Mary Poppins hats when they do something different.
Yes, and then if you have any kind of group, like a Bible study, we've got the Girl Scouts coming in,
Ooh.
and you are looking for a place to meet. The assisted living building is a great place to meet. We have lots of different areas that can accommodate up to 50 people, believe it or not. And so that's a free service that we like to offer because we want to engage with our community and invite you in. So if you have a group and you need a place to meet, give me a call at 859-306-0202, and we can make sure that we reserve one of our spaces for you.
Yeah, are the Girl Scouts coming in and doing a cookie taste test? Maybe put out the cookies and do a cookie buffet?
Oh, I would love that.
That would be great.
Yeah.
What's your favorite Girl Scout cookie?
Ooh, don't put me on the spot. The peanut butter patties.
All right.
What's
That's
yours?
Well, Caramel Delights.
Oh, yeah, you can't go. I forgot about those.
Sometimes they're called Samoas.
They are.
What do you call them?
Caramel Delights,
Thank
I think.
you.
Yeah.
In this area, they're called Caramel Delights. Me and Rebecca's first argument back in college. I don't even think we were dating. I think we were just like friends. She was obviously crushing on me.
Oh, uh-huh.
Without a doubt. But she's like, you want some Samoas? And I said, well, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what Samoa is. Like, genuinely, I don't know.
I would know.
Sure, I'll take a Samoa. Is it a cookie? Yeah, it's a Girl Scout cookie. You don't know what Samoas are? And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I know all the Girl Scout flavors, but they must have different flavors where you're from. And then she pulls out this Caramel Delight box, and it says Samoas on it. And my mind is blown. It says Samoas on the box, where it would say Caramel Delight for us.
Where is she from?
She's from Hancock County.
Okay.
You know what that is?
I don't.
You acted like you did.
Of course.
That was great. Hancock County. Oh, okay. You know where that is? Absolutely not. Never heard of it. It's in Western Kentucky, Owensboro.
Oh, okay. Well, I went to Western.
I went to Western.
You went to Western?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe we went at the same time. When did you graduate?
05.
From Western?
Uh-huh.
I was still in high school.
Okay. I'm hurt.
No, I was a sophomore in high school.
Okay.
It's 9:45 in the morning. We'll step aside. We'll come back. We got more to talk about. Morning Point. All kinds of great stuff coming up here with Kristen from Morning Point. Senior Living, the Assisted Living, the Lantern, the Alzheimer's Care Unit. It's Morning Point, and they're on here right now at Joe Show. More coming up next.
Zaxby's is more than just a humble chicken joint. It's a humble chicken joint with the best sauces in the world. See, at Zaxby's, you don't just get their famous hand-breaded chicken fingers, fried to golden perfection with that flavor you know and love. At Zaxby's, you get the sauce. Dip, dunk, and drizzle with your choice of 12 different sauces like Zax sauce, tongue torch, and hot honey mustard. So if you want a whole lot of sauce, you need to find yourself a Zaxby's. Who's got the sauce?
Zaxby's. Sutton Pharmacy. Friendly service from people you know.
Generations of serving our community. Immunizations, prescriptions, and so much more. Helpful people, free local delivery. Mobile app refills right to your door. Visit SuttonRx.com.
see. Friendly service from people you know.
In Lancaster on Maple Avenue.
I'm Boyle County Judge Executive Trilly Bottom. As summer ends and the school year begins, stress and anxiety can start to build for students, parents, and teachers alike. If this season is taking a toll on your mental health, you are not alone. The Boyle County EMS Crisis Response Unit is here to help. Whether you're feeling overwhelmed, anxious, or just need to talk to someone, our team is trained, compassionate, and ready to respond. Call the Boyle County EMS Crisis Response Unit today, 859-238-1134, because your mental health matters.
Welcome to the land of the free, where we pledge allegiance to the flag, salute racing's rich history, and raise a drink for the new gladiators who dare take on the last great Coliseum. The Bass Pro Shops Night Race NASCAR Playoff Weekend returns to Bristol Motor Speedway September 11th through the 13th. Put a weekend package in a camping spot and make it a weekend to remember. It's not just a night race, it's Bristol, baby.
Did you know the average age of a child in foster care is 8 years old? Call a Sunrise office near you to find out more about foster care. Want to win a Sunrise prize package? Go to sunrise.org/trivia and answer this week's trivia question. Sunrise.org/trivia. What is the average age of a child in foster care? Your answer, 8 years old. Go to sunrise.org/trivia to enter. Sunrise.org/trivia. Good luck.
Authentic Mexican grocery store, cakes, fresh produce, piñatas, boots, belts, and more. La Michoacana Mexican grocery store. Family owned and operated, offering the best Mexican products created. La Michoacana Mexican grocery store. And to make your tummy smile, Taco Yumas, the on-site food truck that's also available for catering and events. So where do you go for authentic Mexican product? La Michoacana Mexican grocery store. In Danville on Houstonville Road.
Listen to us on your smart speaker. Just ask to play our call letters. WHIR.
Kristen joins the show. Kristen's from Morning Point.
Good
we
morning.
talk with Morning Point every Thursday here in the show at 9:35. And it has been a busy time at Morning Point. Kristen started off the show saying she's got 2 tours, I think, today. She's been doing multiple tours already this week. People are finding out the great information about Morning Point. And there are, as of now, immediate availabilities.
Yes.
But once all these tours are done, Kristen, and all these people say, I want to live here, I don't know how much immediate availability there will be. So what I'm saying is, if you like what you hear, call Morning Point and set a tour up. Now, you've got 2 buildings, right? You've got the Lantern, the Alzheimer's Care Unit. Availability in there?
We do have some availability there.
All right.
So that is the memory care community is the only standalone memory care community in the state of Kentucky offering 2 different cognitive programs. So we can assist your loved one who's maybe early onset dementia to moderate dementia and then the late stages of dementia. So 2 separate programs, very personalized care for their cognitive levels. And what sets Morning Point apart from other senior living communities is typically when you go into a community, they do offer memory care, but it may be just one section of the building or one hallway of the building with maybe about 10 apartments. And we offer the entire community is dedicated to memory care. So their staff is very well trained in dementia diagnoses and how to handle those residents and to give everyone the best outcome that they can. And continue to age in place with those personalized programs that we offer. And then on the same campus is the new assisted living building. We are coming up on our 1-year anniversary, which is so hard to believe, in October. So we offer, we have residents that are completely independent, and then we can assist with things like medication management, assistance with their activities of daily living, like bathing and grooming. But we still have residents that drive. So it's really a happening place. We have a broad spectrum of seniors that are there from all walks of life. And we just really invite everyone to come out and take a tour if you're interested. It's best to be proactive. You don't ever want to be reactive. So having that plan in place just this week I gave 2 tours to 2 seniors who were relatively young and very still independent, lived in their own homes, but they said, I don't want to get to the point where I can't make a decision, or if I fall and something happens to me, my family has to then make this decision. So I want everything to be in place just in case something happens, and that's ideal because you always do want to have a plan.
All right, here's a question for you, Kristen. Let's say older couple, married, one has a memory care diagnosis, one does not. They, obviously different levels of care and different buildings.
Yes.
So are they able to live with each other as, they've been married, let's say, for 50 years. So how does that work when one has memory diagnosis and one doesn't?
And we actually run into this quite often. The best way to answer that is that we would leave it to our director of nursing. We have 2 different directors of nursing. Tina is in the assisted living building. Sean is in memory care. Typically what happens is we will go out and assess both residents. And then depending on the cognitive level of the person with the dementia diagnosis, they still may be appropriate for assisted living with a little additional care and their spouse living with them. Or if the spouse without the memory care issues is okay with living in memory care, we could do it that way too. So definitely some options. If we can keep couples together and that's their wishes, then that's what we want too.
Right.
Yeah. We want to make sure that even, I talked about this on Rick's show, but even if someone wants to move in and say they've been in the hospital, they've been to rehab, and they're not quite ready, they don't feel safe to go home yet, but they kind of need that middle ground, we can be that. So we can offer 30-day respite stays. We can offer, a 90-day stay. And the only thing that you would have to do is just give a 30-day written notice. So all of our leases are month to month. So we can also help you get back on your feet and return home if that is your goal. We have lots of different therapies in our community. We talked about that last week. We've got PT, OT, speech. We have nurse practitioners and PAs and orthopedics that come into our community and work with our residents. So if your goal is to return home and to continue to live at home, we definitely want that for you as well, and we'll help you get there.
Yeah, one of the great things as well, Kristen, about Morning Point is that there's no one price for everybody. It's different levels of care. I mean, obviously there's a base price, but then depending on how much extra care is needed for the individual, they can add extra things on, right? So if someone coming in that may not need as much care as another individual knows they're not paying the same price. They're paying a different price because, maybe less need for care for that person. So tell us about that.
Yeah. So that is another thing that's going to fall in under the assessment. So when we go out and we meet a new resident and we assess them and assess their abilities and what their needs are, maybe someone's coming in and they don't need help with any kind of activities of daily living. So they're pretty independent. But then you got medication management because they're on several medications and it gets a little confusing on when to take those. We can just manage their medications. Now, 6 months later, maybe if they have some more things that they need assistance with, we can add that on and personalize it. We've even had residents who have lived alone for several years and have been isolated come in at the high level of care because they weren't getting, the proper nutrition. They weren't taking their medications correctly. They weren't getting exercise. They were kind of just confined to their home. So maybe they come in at that higher level of care because they need more assistance, and through all the programs that we offer and the therapy programs, we're able to get them back to maybe no care at all, to where they're able to bathe themselves, dress themselves, walk longer distances. And so we've actually seen their care levels decrease, and that is ultimately the goal.
Yes. Yeah.
Maintaining independence for as long as possible.
Coming up Monday of next week, that's August the 18th, Caregiver Support Group.
Yes.
Tell us about this.
Yeah, so Caregiver Support Group, if you have a loved one with dementia, with a dementia diagnosis, or maybe even just the early onset of memory loss, you can come to the Caregiver Support Group. It's completely open to the community. We invite the community. A lot of times we will have expert speakers from different organizations come in and talk about what it's like being a caregiver, give tips and tricks, and just educate families on how to navigate this process and this disease. If you need to bring your loved one with you, that's completely fine. We'll have activities going on for them. So it's just a place for you to come and feel supported and to get information. It's completely open to the public.
Yeah, that's Monday, August the 18th. And then mark this date down, September the 13th on your calendar. That's a Saturday.
Yes.
A cruise-in.
Yes, from 1 to 3. So we're going to have the cruise-in with the old cars, and then we are going to have live entertainment. So we have lots of live entertainment in our communities, but the Elkhorn Pickers will be there providing musical entertainment. We're going to have food trucks, lots of different things for kids. So it's going to be fun for all ages. So you're not going to win this at September 13th.
Morning Point Senior Living, the Assisted Living, and the Lectern, the Alzheimer's Care Unit, Lamplight there, with 2 buildings there on the same campus. All right, Chris, before we let you go, we got some jokes. Do you got any jokes?
Not this morning.
You got any jokes this morning?
No, I'm slacking.
Okay, that's fine.
Let's hear yours.
All right. I was talking to a friend the other day, and it's kind of sad. Him and his wife are going through a tough time. His wife is filing for divorce. His wife told him that you care way more about sports than you do our marriage. And my friend said, it's a shame, because we've been together for 7 seasons now. Yeah, he said he came home and his wife left a note on the TV that said, "This isn't working." And he said he had a ton of relief when he grabbed the remote and turned it on and the TV worked. There you go. That's a laugh track. Just to let the people know you should be laughing now. Morning Point, 859-306-0202. For assisted living, 859-965-1008 is the number for the Lantern and the All Summers Care Unit. Kristen, we appreciate you being on.
Thank you so much.
There's some music again. That means my time has come to an end of the show. Had a blast with you all on this Thursday morning. And I hope I'm in the start to your workday just a little bit more bearable. I'm Joe Mathis, son of... And I hope I'm in the start to your workday just a little bit more bearable. I'm Joe Mathis, signing off. I'm back with you tomorrow morning, dark and early, on Danville's one-stop shop for local news, local